Hi, good morning. Welcome to Tantrum Gold with me and Mr. Bobby K. How are we all this morning? We hope we're okay. Before we get into the show, good morning, good morning. I like that. The lovely Canadian voice. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Canada.
I like when the English tell me I've got an accent.
Yeah, well, I'm not English, so let's not even go there.
Oh, right. No, we won't start that. I like when the Irish tell me I got an accent. There you go.
That's it. I love. You should be on the plane, Bobby. Right, as you're flying into Canada airport, right, the main airport. Welcome to Canada. My name is Bobby K.
There you go, buddy. If I keep streaming enough, maybe I'll get to the point where I'm famous enough that they'll start using my voice for stuff.
Yeah, do you know as you're coming in? Do you know you and Brian Daigle as you're coming in? You can do a joint thing. Brian can do is like welcome. You can say welcome to Canada, and then Brian does it. There you go. Absolutely spot on. Right, before we bring on a special guest, which I'm leaving to you, I just want to quickly welcome our patron on us this morning. Mr. Moondog, Mark Cousins, Philip Brady, William Kelly, Wayne Bonner, and Aaron Dubb. Thank you very much indeed for being patron, Mark.
Good morning,
on patron members. I get that out. And
you've only said it 1,000 times.
I only said it 1,000 times, and this morning I'm getting tongue-tied. It's ridiculous. Right.
It's early. It's early.
It's early.
And I know you were up late last night, so
yeah. Where's the vodka? Quick, where's the vodka? Right. Oh, there it is. Right here, I've got it now. I'm all right. Right. Do you want to bring on our guest before we get into the comments and all that?
Should we get into that? Sure. Let's just get him on now because I don't think he has a lot of time. So I'd like to introduce somebody that's making their debut on YouTube for the first time ever. I like to think of him as my little chocolate Maradona because of his hairstyle. So let's bring on. It's Christian K. It's Christian K. It's Christian K.
Sorry, right?
One. Not that one. That one. Not that one. Other one. Wrong button. That one.
Hello. Good morning.
David, with that hairstyle is far from being the chocolate Maradona.
I've been called many a things at many a time of the day, but a chocolate Maradona has never been one of them. But I know who has. And it's my little buddy Cushion. How are you doing, Cush?
Good morning.
Good morning, buddy. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
All good, buddy. All good. I couldn't miss this. I was talking to Bobby last night. There was no way I was missing this with Cush making his debut. It had to be on.
Good morning. I call them little Bobby K.
Yeah.
Can you hear them properly?
Sometimes you cut out because of the notification.
Okay, sorry. Give me 1 second. I got to set something up on him.
Right.
You do that.
And Brian, how are you this morning, sir?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I mean, breaking news today. Obviously,
they should all
Jermaine Defoe. He's a weirdo.
Shouldn't have any problem now. Okay, if you do, let me know.
He's a weirdo. Has officially announced his retirement this morning.
Yeah.
You heard about that, Christian? Jermaine Defoe? You know who that is?
No.
Okay, so Jermaine Defoe, when me and your brother went for the first Tottenham game he ever went to, it was when Tottenham came to play against TFC, the Toronto team. And Jermaine Defoe was a player that used to play for Tottenham. At the time, he was playing for TFC. And now he's retired. And he was a really good player for us.
Why did
Good person, too. Oh, he's 39 now, right? 39, is it?
Yeah. He was playing for Sunderland. I think he rejoined Sunderland. Yeah. For what that man did for charity for that little boy that was ill for
Sunderland, yeah.
Bradley.
Bradley. And the way he's conducted himself his whole career, I think that man is an absolute legend. And legend gets bounded around a lot these days. But that is how you do your football career. Jermaine Defoe is an embodiment on how to do your footballing career. Started at West Ham, came to us, then went to, who did he go to after us? He went to Portsmouth, then back to us again. And then after that, then he went to Sunderland, I think then.
But came to Toronto too for a bit, don't forget. He came to Toronto too. He played for TFC for a year.
Oh, right? Did he? Did he play in Canada? Did he?
Yeah, that's the one game that for Jay's first game ever was that game that I was just referring to. It was July 23rd, 2014.
Yeah,
so, 8 years ago now.
So I actually, when I got married, obviously to Alana here, I came over to England. I actually tweeted Jermaine Defoe saying, "Listen, I'm coming to Toronto. I'm actually getting married. Any chance you can come to the wedding? It'll be just on the off chance. But he did got back to me. So unfortunately, I can't remember what it was. Either they weren't in the city or.
But he actually responded.
He actually. I mean, Jermaine Defoe. Not only you talk about what Bradley he did for Bradley. He has done so much work for charity. He had. I think his sister and his cousin died the same year. I think it's his sister, maybe I can't remember. He had two family members die, one of them in very bad circumstances, within a year of each other. He loves Tottenham Hotspur. As I tweeted, I hope and pray that somehow within the next few months, Jermaine Defoe is like Michael Dawson and Ledley King and back where he should be in some kind of capacity at Tottenham Hotspur, because that man embodies everything that
I hope they give him a testimonial or something at least, like get him a game or something in as well.
Right? Well, it's too early to talk about that, man. No, he won't. No, he won't.
He was a phenomenal striker, wasn't he? That man could score goals left, right, up, down. He had pace on him. And Jermaine Defoe, for me, he was one of my all-time favourite players, Jermaine Defoe. And even watching them on Fraud Sports on Sunday, he was just, you can tell he's a Spurs fan. Little Bobby K.
Yeah?
What do you think about Tottenham this season? How do you think they've been going? Are you happy with the season or not happy?
I'm in the middle because with Nuno, we've been getting thrashed 3-0 like 5 times. Even by Crystal Palace, which is kind of embarrassing. But with Conte, yes.
And who's your favourite players in the whole Tottenham team?
Heung-min Son.
Right.
What's the celebration you do when you score a goal in your league, Christian?
Class. And you got a final tomorrow, have you? Is it tomorrow?
Saturday.
Yeah. So what team do you play for in Canada? Tell us a bit about the team you play for and the competition you're in.
So it's just a house league.
What's the name of your team though?
The name of my team is called the Strikers. And right now I have 14 goals.
Go ahead.
14
Sit
goals.
still. You keep doing this. Go ahead.
It's just I'm kind of excited.
Okay, carry on. Sorry.
He's been like me. He's been Jewish. He's praying.
Can I just say,
let the man pray. Let the man pray. We're talking Tottenham.
This is for Melly.
Thank
TT
you.
Little Gold, she's called you.
That's the queen of the YouTube channels, Ellie. She's a really, really nice lady.
Big up, Ellie.
She said she likes my hair.
Yeah, your hair is cool. You got a Kevin Keegan hairstyle. I some of the older people, some of the people my sort of age remember Kevin Keegan in the early 80s had a perm like that, and you have a Kevin Keegan style hairstyle.
That's au naturel, no perming needed.
No. We will go through the comments in a minute. As I say, little Bobby K's only on for a little while. So, tell us more about what do you like about Tottenham? How do you think we'll finish this season?
I think we'll finish top 4, definitely. Well, most likely 4th place. I hope Arsenal comes 7th. I want West Ham to come 6th.
That's my boy.
Arsenal to come 7th. Actually, no. Arsenal to come 20th.
Even better.
Probably won't happen because there's so many different. There's a huge point difference, and with only 10 more games, I think. I don't think Arsenal could go that far down. So I think Arsenal will go to 7th. West Ham 6th, United 5th, Tottenham 4th, Chelsea 3rd, City 2nd, and Liverpool 1st.
Oh, he's giving the title to Liverpool. That's something he didn't even tell me. So surprise for everyone.
Do you think? I think we can get 3rd. Do you think that's possible?
I don't know. Considering we always get thrashed by Chelsea. I don't know.
3rd.
But Brian, I'm in the delusional state of being a Tottenham fan.
No. You take a delusion to a whole new level, my friend. 3rd. Next season, maybe. This season, 3rd.
I just think with all what's going on at Chelsea, with all
he's 11, Brian.
Let
him be optimistic. No, Christian said 3rd.
I said 3rd as well.
He said 4th. Pay
I'm the one that
attention to
said
your son,
3rd.
Bobby. He's in the same room as you.
Dermot said 3rd. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, then carry on with the delusion. Go ahead.
I just think with everything that's going on with Chelsea,
Damn it,
I don't know. I don't care. I'm nutty anyway, so who gives a hoot, right? I just think with everything that's going on at Chelsea, with all the sanctions and players that can't renew contracts, players, are going to start looking elsewhere. I just think they're going to come off the ball, and we have a better run-in than Chelsea do. And I just got a funny feeling if Chelsea go off the ball and we go on a good run, we could get third.
I can see a crazy bet coming on here, but I'm going to choose my words very, very carefully because I've already got one. If we get fourth, I've already said Tottenham on tour is going here.
I was going to say, why don't you guys chalk that up? Say if you get fourth, then Dermot's got to get the Tottenham on tour tattoo, and if they finish third, Tottenham Tantrum Gold on Brian.
I'm up for that.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? So if Spurs get fourth,
don't accept this bet, gentlemen. Okay, do not. Next year we'll talk about this.
If Spurs get fourth, you've got to get Tottenham on tour.
Yeah.
If Spurs get third, I've got to get Tottenham Tantrum Gold.
Yeah.
You're on.
No.
Right. Brilliant.
You're on.
Right. You got to clip this now, Bobby. You got to clip this.
What have I started in front of my own child?
You're on. You are damn on.
I just think it's fun.
Let's just say, hey, good morning to everybody else here first.
Yeah,
of all,
okay. I'll bring these in.
Quite a few people that have punched in already with us. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Brian McGuire.
Morning,
What
Brian.
club we stick with? What club we stick with when we win, lose, or draw? Yeah, come on, you Spurs. To dare is to do. You're right about that, Brian. Big up Dermot and TTG Army. Big up Catman Jess. How you doing, fellow Canadian?
Can I just say, Catman Jess is one of the biggest supporters in all the YouTube. He's in
everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere.
Fantastic.
So big up Catman Jess.
That's what's great about this.
I'm hoping.
Cardamon's here. Good morning, Cardaman.
Somehow, someday, whether it be this season or beginning of next, Catman Jess is coming to the yard for a game.
Where is Catman Jess?
He's a couple of hours outside of Toronto.
Okay.
But we're trying to do it because he wants to take me to a Raptors game, which I've never been to. We're trying to make it if he's coming down when Raptors are playing at home, and then maybe on the same day or day after, day before we're down at the yard. So hopefully it will happen this season. But if not, we're definitely making it happen next season.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. I know Christian will be happy to be at the yard. Come on, Catman, get it down here. My son.
Can I just say, Catman Farm Solution? He has his own. He does his own farming simulation, like on YouTube. If you ever need relaxing, just stick that man on for a couple of hours. What he does is brilliant. He doesn't say anything. You just watch him doing his daily farming duties. It's an absolute brilliant channel. So everyone, please get over.
There you go. If you need to relax, unwind, finish your day calmly,
go over the Cardaman. Yeah, we got Mr. Brian Daigle. He just say, "Go on, Brian. You can read this out." Yeah.
Jermaine Defoe, he's a weirdo. Jermaine Defoe, he's a weirdo. Damn right.
Yeah, absolute legend. We have Catman just saying, "Big up the Cardaman." We got Carl Simpson. Big
Carl
up,
Simpson, good morning.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
What's up, Carl?
We got another one of our patrons, Mark Cousins. Big up, Mark.
Big up, Mark.
And we've got go on, little Bobby K.
Go on, Christian. Go
on.
Dermot's giving you control.
Big up you too, John.
Great supporter, John Fitzpatrick.
He is.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
You know who this is? Who's this?
Who's
this person? Which Nicholas?
He gave me both of my songs.
Three now.
Three?
Yeah.
When was the third one?
Yeah, he gave you another one the other day. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Nick, Barry, Sean, Phil, Grant, Arthur, Frank, Nigel, and I know Superman's in the building, so I'll say Ranjit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then big up Carl as well. He says Jermaine Defoe is one of our own. What a player, what a career.
Yeah, definitely. And class too.
Yeah. We've got Cartman Farm Solution.
So read them out properly, Christian. You have to read what the person's written, okay?
Nice to see you, Brian Daigle. Great stream with Eugene yesterday. Eugene yesterday.
Eugene.
Nice to see Bobster getting back to his self.
Yeah,
That's Bob Spur that Brian went to see. Remember his friend that wasn't feeling well. Now he's feeling a lot better, and he's going to come back with his epic return of the Bob.
Exactly.
Everyone on Saturday, let's make Bob Spur's show the most watched show on YouTube history. Let's break every record everywhere.
In the universe.
And if anyone goes on when Bob Spur's on, you'll have this channel to deal with. So you clear the airways for Mr. Bob Spur, the legend. They've been cleared.
They've been cleared. It was a great YouTube channel. Spursmation TV is always a great channel to get on, and having the crown jewel of the Tottenham family back, Mr. Bob Spur, is just phenomenal. And I think
you got a notification
at some point, I can't remember if we were off camera or off show or on show, but he actually came on showing his face for the first time since he'd left hospital and everything. So it was great to see that. And yeah, his show on Saturday is going to be a huge watch. Everyone is very, very excited to be able to see him on his channel again. It's going to be an absolute honour and a privilege to be on there with him. So yeah, Saturday is a big day for Bob, and I can't wait to share that moment with him.
Well, even yesterday at Spurs Eurasian, before he finished up, he kind of came on and made a super guest appearance, not from just a guest appearance. So that was nice. Yeah. Nice to see him on there. Nice
I tell you one thing,
ready to go. It's good. I'm just happy that he's better.
Philip Bradley said Jermaine Defoe legend.
Big up Philip. He's the
Big up, Freddie. Good morning.
He's the godfather of all the Spurs channels. That man is an absolute legend, and he's a Patreon member as well. So big up Philip. I hope you're okay, sir, this morning. He is. We've got Catman Jazz says, hi, Bobby K, ready to beat Costa Rica.
Yes, sir. Tonight. Yes, sir.
We will be getting into that. I don't know
if we need to win. I think we could go with the draw, but we'll get
into that. Yeah. It's 1 point, I believe, but it all depends. I think it all depends on America's result as well.
Yeah, because who are they playing? They're playing Mexico, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. We will be getting into that. And we'll be...
Love it, buddy. Hope you are well. I am well. I hope you are well too.
I have to say, you talk about big supporters of channels. Look no further than
big up Catman Jess too. Thank you.
You're getting a lot of love.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Here's your song, man.
Okay.
It's little okay. That's all he came on for, Barry. That's Nick. That's all he needed, buddy. That's all he needed.
Yeah. How are you feeling this morning, Brian? Are you feeling any better, sir?
I've woke up a couple of times during the night, extremely dizzy. I've just had to take my 12 bloody steroids, so I'm a bit pumped up on steroids at the moment. So that's why. But so I take these, which actually make me. So the doctor said will keep you awake, and I took a pill for anti-sickness, sort of motion sickness and dizziness. Over it's called Gravel. And that's better make me tired, but the two are kind of counteracting each other. So I was kind of super awake till about 2 a.m. But I had a very big dizzy spell this morning. It's okay at the moment, but I can feel the spinning starting, so I might revert to laying down shortly. But at the moment,
put yourself back the way you were yesterday. Just relax. But just how Eugene in this. Good morning, Eugene. Morning, Mark. Yeah, just get yourself in a cozy position right now. But one thing I gotta say about you, Dago, man, you right now are the true definition of supporting the YouTube community. The man from Tottenham on tour is on Tottenham Tantrum Gold wearing his We Are Tottenham TV shirt.
Hey guys, just to let you know, I'm 15
now that's
minutes.
Love.
I'm 15 minutes late to school right now.
Okay, don't make that announcement because that's the kind of stuff that'll get me in trouble. Don't worry.
We can erase that
school right now.
We can delete that bit. All right, we'll delete that bit.
Your teacher won't see this. Not to worry. Better not find out your teacher's a Tottenham fan, or we're both in trouble. We'll give you another 5 minutes, buddy, and then we'll kick you off. And I'll tell you.
Do you want to do his score prediction and all that?
You want to do score predictions quickly?
Yeah.
What do you think? Canada's playing against Costa Rica tonight. If we beat them or we draw with them, Canada qualifies for the World Cup.
I think it'll be a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it at Canada?
Canada's been playing well.
Is it in Canada or Costa Rica?
That I don't know.
Catman Jeff, let us know.
Hopefully we'll find out. Oh, look at this. Look at this. What Ellie wrote for you here, Christian.
Good luck to the Strikers. And Christian, do you play as a striker for the Strikers? And yes, positivity Arsenal to finish 20th. I'm with you on that one, little guy. I agree.
So answer her question. Do you play as a striker for the Strikers?
Yeah, I do. I could play anywhere on the front line.
In the front three.
I just wanna play.
I have to say, I never ever want Arsenal to get relegated. I'd love them to be in a relegation battle.
They've never been relegated, Brian. They're the only team.
I never want them to get relegated, and only why I'd love to be in a relegation struggle every season, but I don't think I could go a season without having a North London derby. It's the game.
Fair enough. Good point.
It's the game we all look forward to, and as much as them going down sounds like I'd love them to be in relegation struggles every single season or struggling, but that fixture is too important to me. Whether we win or lose, we have to take the rough with the smooth. I just could never do a season without the NLD.
Okay, I'm going to take back that last statement you just said. Whether we win or lose, and just chalk that up to the Meds.
Yeah. That game tonight.
You know what I mean?
That game tonight for Canada is actually away. You're away to Costa Rica.
We're in Costa Rica. Okay, well that gives them a little bit of an advantage because them coming up here to play. Teams have been notoriously, bad because they can't handle the weather and the conditions up here. Right. So it's really the ground is a lot harder and stuff like that, and just that weather. I think Mexico, when they were up here, they were gassed and running out of air by the 50th minute. You can see players were getting really sluggish. So,
but this would be your first World Cup since 1986.
86.
Which
I thought it was 82. I thought it was 82.
No, 86.
They won the gold. When did they win the Gold Cup?
Hang on, I'm trying to think. You had France in your group in '86, the great European champions at the time, who Canada held for a long time. I think to the 86th minute or 76th minute before Papin scored the only goal of the game. So and Canada were only part time then. So that was a big thing for you. But yeah, we got big up Catman just
20th. Yes.
Yeah.
Eugene, big up, sir. It says, hi, Catman Jess. We've got Carl Simpson, Dermot. It's still mathematically.
Yes, Carl.
We're on our way.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
You get that, Christian? So Carl's basically saying Dermot still thinks mathematically we can win the league. And you know what? Technically,
Chelsea still getting blooming results. Nothing phases these robots. I have to see my Chelsea, right? It's just auto-corrected.
I like this from Catman Jess. Dermot will be getting the tattoo. So I think you're safe there, Brian.
Yeah.
That's why he took the bet so quickly.
Yeah.
It's a deal. It's been made. You got witnesses now.
Yeah, well, if I will do it. If it happens, I will do it. And I will video it as well. And I'll put it up in the channel as well. So, and we got we got the man himself. I call him Iron Man. Brian calls him Superman.
That crop on top shoulder should be illegal.
Bob is like your Uncle F man here. He's a little bit light on top, so he shaved his head bald as well, like Brian did. So I think they're a little bit jealous of the brown Maradona, the chocolate Maradona.
But please, everyone, get over to Bob on Saturday.
Yeah, we're really looking forward. Good luck on your return. All the very, very best to you, man. I know the anticipation is really built up in the whole community. So it was nice to see you pop in for a few minutes there, and it's really look forward to seeing what you bring on Saturday and all your guests and everything like that. Hopefully, the queue is not too long, and we might be able to sneak in there as well.
I want to say just personally as well about Bob. Bob has been such an inspiration to me personally for what he's gone through. When I felt a bit down with my own health, I've looked at Bob, and Bob's given me the inspiration to keep fighting. That man is, when I started out on YouTube, and he was the first one there to give me advice. If I needed anything, he was always there. And I've always said, and I say it to the day I die, that man is a proper gentleman. And there isn't many proper gentlemen around in this community or this world. And Bob's one of them. And he's an absolute inspiration to me and to many other people for the fight he fought. And, and I've got nothing but admiration, and just I bow down to the man because he is a full-gone legend.
Well, even more credit to him to show the character of the person. I've never met him. The only connection I have to Bob Spur is this man in the bottom corner here, called Mr. Brian Daigle, and whatever he told me about Bob. And then when he was there, Bob only knew what Brian told him about me. Yet when I first interacted with him, it's like we knew each other already. It was just so comfortable, so easy to talk to. Very supportive of me as soon as I came in the YouTube community. So thank you, Bob.
I have to say as well on that, Bob. You actually saw him when me and Bob were at the Genova. So you actually saw each other because of the noise when we were doing a video call.
That was like 2 seconds. We said hi.
And that was, I believe, that was in October. I arrived. Might have been late September or early October. You spoke to him then, obviously, and then when I came back, I spoke to you to say, "Listen, I'm flying back home. I don't know when I'll be back." Blah blah. Or because Bob's unwell, and then obviously that's when you got a lot, and that's when you started coming on YouTube when I was back in England, and then obviously you got to know him a lot more. And like I said, I mean,
my first debut was only this January.
I've known him now for probably a year and a half, about a year and a half, and I hadn't met him at all till I went home in September, and I spent a lot of time with Bobby. Spent a few days at mine. I spent a few days up at his and Derby. And we just completely clicked. It was like literally, it was the most incredible connection. It's just a connection you don't find every single day in your life. When you grab it, when you get it, you grab damn tight. And he, honestly, not a day goes by where we don't talk or message. Recently, because of him and me not being well, ever spoken, but spoke to him yesterday. We're always speaking to each other. He is just honestly, like I've said, the moral
it's like you and me, Brian.
Yeah,
we met for 5 minutes.
The moral of the story.
5 minutes at the yard, and here we are years later.
The moral to the story to everyone is: if you ever meet a Bobby, grab hold of them for dear life, because they are worth their weight in gold, platinum, diamonds, whatever you want to say. Because I've come across two, and they are very, very important people in my life.
Much appreciated, sir. Thank you.
That's why you're a permanent fixture on this channel now, Bobby K. I'm not letting you go.
I better just glue my ass to this seat and sit here.
Yeah, that's it.
I like what John Fitzpatrick is saying. Go on, John. Run across the
floor. If Spurs get third, I'll get a TTG on my forehead.
Tottenham 10 from gold. So John, we're going to see John with the TTG right across the nice
Mark
the
Swift saying big up Bob Spur. Carson saying thank you very much. Thank you, Dermot, for the very nice words. No, it's true. It really is. We've got Brian talking to Bob Spur, aka Superman, my brother. How are you today? We've got Ellie speaking to
big up Brian Daigle. Your mate Graham is awesome. Telling me David and Jack some epic stories, and was so enlightening on Levy. Loved listening to all the background knowledge he had on the snake.
Graham is a top man, as everyone knows. He's at the protest with me. So I met him at the NFL protests, and we did a lot of stuff together. And he was at the training ground with me. I got a lot of time for Graham, and we're trying to arrange and sort out. Hopefully soon, he will be making his debut on Tottenham on tour, and it will be a detailed stuff about, because Graham has been a season ticket holder since I think the 60s, and
really.
Since the 60s, and when Spurs lost to Southampton and Wolves, that was the first time in his life he's missed 2 games back to back since the 60s. Home, away, you name it.
Wow.
The first time ever he's missed 2 games back to back.
So he's seen more games in a week or in 2 weeks than I've seen in my lifetime. I'm jealous.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at that, Mark. Thank you, Mark. We
had this conversation the other day, Mark. Yeah. We're not going down that rabbit hole again.
He's digging in.
Funny. We left that little clothes shop years ago, 1946. We left that clothes shop to go independent, go it alone.
Hey, you want to cover your mouth there when you're yawning on TV in front of everybody?
Sorry.
We're going to give. Let's get through these. We'll give Christian 2 more minutes, and then we're going to kick him out and let him get to class. And sorry, Nick, I know you're in there. I meant to send the link to you. So
I'm going to put the link in the chat in a minute.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, German, if you don't mind, please. Thank you.
Mark David.
Yes, Canada.
Yeah. Wembley won. Big up Wembley won.
Thank you, Wembley. Yes.
It's in.
It's in Costa Rica. Yes. Thank you.
Cheers, Catman Jess as well. We've got Ellie, woo, Christian T scored a hat trick. Come on, little Bobby K. We're all rooting for you. Woo!
There you go. You gotta pop in 3 for Ellie. In the final, buddy.
Okay, you have to record. Okay.
I'll record the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will record the entire
We'll
game.
show it live
Valuable.
on TTG. We'll have a live
There you
coverage
go.
of the final.
There you go. We're gonna play your final on TTG.
And we'll have me and Bobby K doing the commentary.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That'll be fun. And
We've
Chelsea
seen
down.
Wembley
Sorry,
one said we sent Chelsea down in April '75. Yes, we did. We showed that match on here. We will be showing it again because it's such. There was fighting in the stands, fighting on the pitch. It was just mental. We had a young Ray Clements, I think, making his debut for that season for Chelsea, and also the great Stevie P was playing for us as well.
Ray Clements, the goalie?
No, Ray, not Ray Clements. Ray, he played for Man United. He played for Chelsea.
Wilkins.
That's it. Cheers, Brian. He was captain. He was captain of Chelsea that day, and he was only 19 or 20. But yeah, Steve, and also Alfie Conn. I mean, that he was a legend. Alfie Conn was great little Tottenham winger. We've got Barry in. Hi, is this the school service? Hi, this is the school service.
You see what Nick wrote?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say you're ill.
Then you're gonna go, buddy.
Just say you got a tummy ache. You're not feeling well.
Look, obviously he's home. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
No, he's online anyways. So
yeah. It's just a figment of everyone's imagination. He's not really here.
His son was streaming. Why he should have been online lessons. You have no proof of this, Nick. This is not Christian. This is the Chocolate Maradona. We're going to change his screen name.
Yeah.
Screen name.
We've got a question here to dispatch a question to the panel.
Ooh.
If you can sign one player in the summer, who would you pick? I'll start with Little Bobby K first.
One player Tottenham could have. Any player. Who would you want?
Right wing back.
Decisions.
Sure.
Well, you like that guy on PSG, right? That fast guy, Hakimi?
No, not really. I don't like him.
No, you don't like him? Oh, okay. Well, you think about it. Let you keep thinking about it. Dago?
Yeah, we'll go to Brian.
James Ward-Prowse.
You think he would make an impact over the do you think he would be a greater impact than what Benny's been?
His free kicks are insane. Yeah.
Free kicks, corners. Look, you look at the midfielders. The three main ones are now Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Skip. And you need a fourth one there. So there's rotation, there's whatever. And I've been saying this for a long time now. I think James Ward-Prowse is just incredible. And we need a set piece taker. We need someone that can take corners. We need someone that can literally has a passing range. Don't get me wrong. We need a right wing back, but I've spoken about how I think Stevie B, given an opportunity, could do that very well. We definitely need another striker. We need another centre back, but I think James Ward-Prowse, just for his passing range and what he offers in set pieces, is just too much to go for. Too much not to turn down. I would love to see him in a Spurs shirt.
Yeah. He's really good at free kicks, but we already have a person that are decent at free kicks, but I don't know why he's not taking them.
Who's
Eric
that?
Dyer.
Yeah,
Especially
but
the one
he's
against
nowhere near
Crystal
James
Palace.
Ward-Prowse.
No,
He's not.
no,
You, Bobby?
unfortunately.
One player.
Yeah, but he's all right.
You know what? I don't want to sit here and stick to the position that we need to fill because, like Brian just said, I think we could convert a player like the way with Moses Conte did that. So I think Stevie B is a good shout there, and I actually really want to see Dabala come in because he can play anywhere across the front line. He could play behind Kane in that role there, and he's just creative. He can open up the midfields for us on teams like the ones that have done this low block shutdown system against us that we couldn't break down and get through. I think he could be that kind of player that could, make those passes, make those runs, and open teams up for us that we're having a hard time unlocking.
Guys, I'm officially 30 minutes late.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
You say your goodbyes, son, and nice debut. Thanks for coming on. And you get
Wait,
class now.
just one more thing we got to do together.
Yeah.
He eats spaghetti.
He drinks Moretti. He hates
He hates
freaking
Chelsea.
Chelsea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Antonio Conte.
Antonio Conte. He eats spaghetti.
He drinks Moretti. He hates freaking Chelsea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Antonio Conte.
Antonio Conte.
I love
He eats spaghetti.
He drinks Moretti. He hates freaking Chelsea.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, he said do it once. That's it. You're gonna keep singing for a half hour now.
All right, bye,
Listen.
guys.
See you later, buddy.
See you later, buddy. Thank
Do
you
I
for
just press
coming on.
leave? Do I press?
Yes, press leave. Yeah.
There you go. What a
Well,
legend.
thank you very much. There's his debut. So
What
that's
an
it. He is officially
absolute
part
legend.
of the YouTube family. So thank
Yeah.
you for that, Dermot.
No problem. He's welcome anytime here on TTG. He is
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
He is a legend, that man.
Appreciate
that
that.
little
Well,
lad
it's this
is
man
a
at the
legend.
bottom that we have to thank for getting him inspired to even want to come in and start doing these things with his old man. So when I tried to ask him about it, he's like, nah, and 5 minutes at the pub with this guy. He's like, yeah, I'll jump in the stream. Sure, I'll come on Tottenham on tour. Yeah, I'll make videos for you. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do that. Sure, I'll sing for you. Yeah, of course.
See?
Oh, sure,
Absolutely
everything for
brilliant.
Uncle F, man. But daddy gets the bill at the pub for his nachos and root beer. That's the only thing daddy
And his
gets, right?
sliders. And his sliders.
And his sliders, yeah, and his hot dogs. And
I like the sliders.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Okay,
See you later.
Okay, listen,
what-
listen. Sorry, get to class and tell the teacher that.
That you don't get your homework.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I was just telling him that he was on the walk to school. He was attacked by 3 ninjas, and he had to fight them off. Right. So what
Batman
he
style.
did is actually use the power of his lid.
Yeah.
But by the time after that, it took him 20 minutes to readjust, fix his hair before he could come to class.
He should come in dress up as Batman and say, "Sorry, I've been doing my crime fighting that night. I do apologise." My
There you
dad,
go.
who's my butler, just didn't have my clothes out in time, so I've had to come dressed
Exactly.
in
You
my
know what?
work gear.
The butler thing is right. The butler thing is right,
is.
unfortunately. Mom does the butler stuff. I do the I'm the chef and the cook and the driver and everything else.
Everything else. I know.
Oh,
what
sorry,
you mean.
Dermot, you didn't answer John's question. Who do you think?
I'm
who would you
actually
like
going to
to
agree with Brian.
JWP.
Yeah, I think he's what we need. I mean, he's that Ericsson type player that can unlock a defense. I think when we need to, and I think we're missing that play. We haven't replaced Ericsson since he left.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be a great addition.
But you don't think Dybala can do that?
I think he could, but is he going to come to us? I don't think so. I think he'll go to a like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or somewhere like that. But we've got replacing little Bobby K. It's Barry.
It's the school services board.
Hello, this is school services. I'd like to find out why your son is on YouTube streaming when he should be in online lessons.
No, actually, sir, that was a pre-recorded show. That was from last night. He's not live.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to go for the little K hair look. I haven't had a haircut yet.
I think all of us could combine our hair, and we're not getting there.
I know. I'm not going to cut it until Tottenham lose again. So
you're not cutting it
we're
the
gonna
rest
keep
of the
the
year.
hair.
Perfect.
we're going to keep
There
the
you
hair.
go.
Yeah.
Of course, Bob. Of course.
Same question to you, Barry. If you could sign one player this summer, who would you buy?
Antonio Conte is the one player that needs to be signed in the summer. I've dodged the question.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's fair enough.
Look. I think. Look, I'm going to put this out here now, and I'm going to tell you that we're not going to get a striker in the summer. We're not. We're going to get. This is what we're going to get. And hang on a minute. We're not going to get a striker. We are going to get a right winger, a keeper, a left centre back, and a playmaker, and that's what we're going to get. And I'm said it here first. So
a right back, a keeper, and a playmaker. You know who our chairman is?
A playmaker. Yeah. That's what we're getting. I'm saying it now. So
I think you're telling more fibs than I'm going to tell his teacher in a bit.
So yeah, James Ward-Prowse, Henderson, I think from Man United. I think the goalkeeper. I think he's potentially.
Well, we were looking at him a couple of years ago. Nothing really materialized. Right? That's when he was out on loan,
right? Of years ago.
Yeah, that's true too. We've been looking at everybody 4 years. You're right.
We
look a lot. Yeah, we window shop a lot.
Yeah, we window shop a lot. I mean, it's like the credit cards have been snapped up, and we just window shop and go, can we afford this player? Let me think about it. And then we spend 4 years thinking about it, and then in 4 years' time, we'll come up with the answer: no.
Yeah, or we'll wait till they're after they're past their prime or something.
It's made me laugh. We were going after one play a couple of years ago, and it was like, we're in for this player. We're going to get him. And then it's a press release. But we tried.
We tried. We always try.
And I'm sitting there thinking, trying ain't fucking good enough. Fucking do something.
Oh, it's like what Nick was saying. The whole thing. Was it you that was talking about it? That whole Dybala deal that it all fell apart. It had nothing to do with image rate. It had something to do with £30,000.
Yeah, that's from Rez and what Brian was talking about yesterday.
Okay, sorry,
Tottenham Away, I think, is what channel he was on yesterday. I can't remember to be.
He was everywhere yesterday. I was
on Eugene's channel, and then I was on. We did Tottenham on tour, and then I quickly appeared on the Love Lounge. But yeah, it basically it was his
then you had your guest on too, and then the We Are Tottenham promo, and
he was agreed everything at £135,000 a week, image rights, everything all taken care of. And then when he went back in to get the deal done, a certain person said, "I've changed my mind. It's £100,000 a week." And Dybala said, "Ha ha ha," walked out. So do you know what?
Can I guess who that certain person was? Ooh, I know. Ooh.
No, tell me. I don't know. Who was it, Bobby? Who was it? I don't know who it was.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
No, don't. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
No, I want to state something.
Remember, I'm back in June, brother. Remember, I'm back in June. You, me, and where's my friend?
Can I just state something here very clearly? I live in Ireland, right? So I live far away from Canada, right? Brian does not look anything like that man. He looks something. He looks more like a Lex Luthor to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dermot. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I think what we're saying to change.
I think you were saying Lex Luthor, like me, Bob. Barry. I think that's the way you were going down.
He was talking Daniel Daigle.
Unfortunately, when this is a lot, this grows quickly. But once this is shaved to the length I shave it to, and this is done, when I put the glasses on, unfortunately, I can see. I see it myself, and I don't like it. But oh God, why? Why?
Because
you're gonna have to send me that. You're gonna have to send me that picture, Bobby.
You know what? In that picture, I don't look so much like him. His head.
No, that's true because you're smiling there. He doesn't smile.
That's true.
Wembley one, big up. He says Alficon is down in London next week doing a live show at the 100 Club in Oxford Street with the guys who produce the Spurs Show audio podcast. Nice. So big up Alficon there. He really was a little one. Declan Rice for me, that boy is a baller. Declan Rice for me is a traitor, but that's all I'm going to say.
Like, we need more creativity, not more holding.
No, Rafinha, I think. If we can,
Rafinha's good. He's going
to go to Bayern, no? I think so.
Who, Declan?
No, Rafinha.
Okay, I saw there's a couple of people in there. I think who was it that just said Declan Rice?
John Fitzpatrick.
John Fitzpatrick.
Big up me Irish brother.
Do you know what? I would absolutely love him. I've been speaking recently just how much I love this player and rate this player. I just don't think we could get the deal done.
Look at the way we shut him down last week. He was invisible.
Yeah, but mate, he's just played 120 minutes on Thursday. He has been outstanding. And all players can have a game. Look at Harry Kane at the beginning of the season.
No, I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah, we have 4 games. Yeah.
Declan Rice is superb. There's someone else in the comments as you go down further who actually, I think it might have been Cole Simpson, who actually came up with a great shout and said Jude Bellingham, who is a fantastic, fantastic player.
Still very young, yeah.
But again, I mean, if we could get him coming out of Germany, it could be a go out. And funnily enough, you're not going to believe this, but we were interested in him. We're
interested in everybody.
Yeah, him, Jadon Sancho before he went to Belgium, before he went to Germany. So Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, or James Ward-Prowse. if either of those three were available in the summer, I would bend over backwards to go and do whatever was needed to get one of those three in.
Yeah, but Declan's 100 million plus. We're not.
Yeah, Declan's not happening. Declan's not happening.
Because I think Chelsea recorded 100 million, right, when they were in for him, wasn't
it? He's a Chelsea fan as well. If Chelsea come in, if they get their sanctions lifted and everything, he will go to Chelsea.
They'll be lifted by the end of the week based on what's happened the last couple of days.
Yeah, they can sell tickets now, can't they? They can actually sell some tickets now, I think. I don't know. I think this is ridiculous with the Chelsea thing. I think if they're sticking them with the sanctions, they should stick with them until it's done, not suddenly just release it little bit by little bit.
Well, unfortunately, it's the way the footballing world is governed, and it is what if it looks like these potential buyers have to go through rigorous tests to get there, and they're now at the point where these people are dead serious. This is more than likely going to go ahead. So once Abramovich is out, or looks like it's happening, then the sanctions were obviously going to get released or desanctioned, whatever the terminology for using it is. So Dex, let's chuck Declan out as much as I'd like to have him, but Carl Simpson, that's a great shout. It's a great shout.
Yeah,
I actually never thought of Jude Bellingham, but the more you think about it, the more you think he would fit into our side. Big shout there from Carl. Big up, man. Wembley One says we desperately need to freshen up the forward line because the Myers are starting to rock up on Kane's Son clocks. I would agree with that.
Especially Kane. We got to get him cover, man. We've got to get this man some cover. 6 years now. 6 years we've been saying this. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It was 7 years, Bobby K. 6 years,
7 years?
Doesn't matter. Go 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. Kane retires. We'll only replace Kane when he retires.
Yeah, shit. No, but even then we probably won't.
Oh no, we'll find the next big thing.
Thanks, John.
We've got Bob Spur here saying having Christian on
Christian, no T.
Christian, sorry. Must have had mixed feelings for Bobby K. Great that his son has the exposure. But bad that he's got himself expelled from school. Yeah, okay. And what does the school board say about that below me?
You know what? Honestly, he's doing very well in school and stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to get in too much trouble. I'm going to take the heat anyways and say that the car stalled or something on his walk up from the bedroom to the office.
That's what Mark Swift saying.
Connectivity issues.
Honestly, I'm not worried about the school board. I'm more worried about when his mom sees this. Oh yeah, I like this guy too. Yeah, the guy Ellie's talking about, Gapco.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant little player. We've got Jermaine Defoe has just announced his retirement, a Spurs legend. You guys, he is.
Wembley, I think everybody does. Yeah, I don't think beyond being just a great player for us, just a class individual. Just, he had a bit of I don't know how many people know that he was here for a year in Toronto playing with TFC, and unfortunately, he didn't leave on the best terms. I think it was his mom more that kicked up the issue and stuff like that. That he wasn't happy, the environment, this and that, and. When you come from footballing environments that are in Europe to here, it's you can't compare. You're talking about apples and oranges, but it's he was given mad love. Like there's you see TTC streetcars going down the street with Jermaine Defoe plaster all over them and everything. Welcome to Toronto and everything like that. And he himself didn't do anything. He never came out sulking or anything. He got on with it. He did his job. He scored some goals and stuff like that. I just don't think overall. Look at Ndombele. He came here for 3 years almost. He was unsettled and unhappy, and we finally shipped him out. This man just made a smarter decision and went back to where he wanted to play, knowing that he's winding down his career. So I don't fault him for that. I don't. I just kind of wish there was no black mark at all on him because I just really, really respected him as a player and a person.
And when he was at West Ham, he was a young lad. He was only 17 or 18 years of age. And we all make silly mistakes when we're 18 or 19 years of age. So, also, it's the people around him didn't advising him badly. And I think as he's got on with his career and he's got older, he's got the right people around him, always taking control himself. And every time you hear Jermaine Defoe speaking about us, Tottenham, he's always passionate about our club.
Yeah, very passionate. Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? How we wish for a Jermaine Defoe now. Can you imagine him and Kane up front?
I'd take now at 39, honestly.
Yeah, I would.
Just to have some cover to come in for the last 10 minutes of the game, even the last 5 minutes of the game. But we are way behind here. So, Dermot, let's get on the horse.
Alan Harris
is just saying he's wishing you well, Brian.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's feeling better. Jonathan David, very, very good shout. Yeah, the Canadian boy, very good.
Yeah. Ellie.
He's like a woman goes window shopping with an empty wallet.
Women don't go window shopping, do they?
Well,
no, they don't actually.
If they have an empty wallet, they do. Then it's only window shopping by force, not by choice, by force.
Yeah,
that's how I try to send my wife shopping.
Yeah,
it has not worked. In 21 years, I've been unsuccessful.
It doesn't work. Believe me, it don't work.
I tried. No.
we do try, don't we?
Yeah.
We do try, but it don't work.
A for effort, E for results.
Yeah, that's it.
Carl's laughing at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hey Alan, yay! Thank you. Christian taking on my thunder here. Thank you, Alan. I needed my song. Alan was singing away from you when we jumped in the morning with Talking Ball there.
Yeah.
Stop it, Eugene. The one time the man looks up, he's been on his phone the whole time. The one time he looks up, that's the comment on screen.
Yeah. Oh dear.
The other night when Brian and Stell were side by side, it was like a mirror. Stell's heavier though, isn't he? He's a bit bigger. He's broader, right?
Yeah,
he's got a very slim face, right?
Yeah, but when we're shaving like this and Stell's had his haircut, there is a slight kind of evolution where you can see it. But yeah,
there's a comparison. So there you go. Catman's waiting for your debut, taking over. We are talking TV tonight. So good luck with that, buddy. Good luck.
Good luck,
Ireland.
I wouldn't say it's my debut on We Are Tottenham TV, but obviously me, Brian Ireland, and hopefully Adam and Danny taking it. It's the Fab Four. It's an incredible thing. As I said, me and Ben and Simeon, I always say to Ben and Simeon, and they know it, if they ever need me, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, just send out the We Are Tottenham signal, like the bat signal, and I'll do it. And then we've occasionally done it. And then I woke up not yesterday morning, the day before that, and Ben sent me a message that says, "Hey Brian," and then sent me the emoji of the bat signal. So we messaged, and he said, "Listen, we're going away on my stag, and we'd really like it if you want to, for you and Tottenham on Tour to take over the channel and do some content for us whilst you're gone."
Nice.
Whilst they're gone, and obviously it's an incredible honour for us to be able to be given the trust to take over the channel. And obviously, I will say as well, people will know this, but there is going to be. We're waiting. I don't know if it will start this season because we're so far in and all the working towards it. There will be a weekly or bi-weekly show on We Are Tottenham TV that is hosted by us.
Nice.
And we're doing that because obviously the boys do so much work for this community. I mean, you look at it, I wouldn't have met any of you, or apart from you, Bobby, obviously, without these boys. Because they, as I always call them, they are the mothership. They are, and
the Godfathers of YouTube channels.
I met Nick, I met Rez, I met Johnny because they saw me on there or whatever. We all got. So I met Bob, as in Bob's birth through We Are Tottenham TV. I met obviously, and they do so much work every single day in that studio. Like when you just watch the content that comes out, you think, okay. The amount of work that goes into putting on what they do, the amount of detail and time and effort they put in, but not only that, they then, unlike other football clubs that have got their own channels like we have, it's more of a competition. Who has the biggest votes or biggest subscribers? Who has the most? They don't help each. You don't see any collaborations, so to speak. These boys, what's up, my boy Graham? These boys haven't, instead of going, oh my God, there's some serious competition here now. We have.
Oh, hello.
Well,
and that's the competition Brian was talking about. So they've just cut his stream. So
yeah,
frozen. They're frozen. I love the positioning too.
I think I'll just take him off
still-
just to make sure he comes back on again. Right, I'm just getting through these. Sorry, we're not reading them out because we have got a bit to get through this morning. But big up Ben and Sam, big up Catman Jess, big up everyone in the chat. That's just taking us.
Derek's here too. Yeah, good morning, Derek.
Oh, good morning. Is he there? Oh, yeah, Derek as well.
Yeah.
That's taken us an hour. So that's a good start for us, Joe. Just to get through the comments.
Okay, now let's wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up. Right, World Cup qualifies. I'll try to get I've got the European ones here up for tonight.
Sorry, I have to take this.
School services.
Yeah, that's grand.
It actually is.
Barry, I'll start with you. These
Start
are
with me. I'm the only one here after school services.
I know.
Through Bobby's window.
Reason for this student will prevent this system from calling you again. If you are aware of this absence,
if your wife is aware of this absence, and you will die this evening when she returns home.
Yeah, we might get a start notice in the morning. Bobby K.
Nice to know you, Bobby K. Thanks for seeing you, and let us know when the funeral is. Yeah.
Yeah. Bless him.
Okay, what were we saying, Dermot? We're talking about the games tonight, yeah?
Yeah, we've got some playoff games tonight. Scotland, Ukraine is off, as well as Russia and Poland. Just a quick thought on that, Barry. Do you think that Scotland and Poland should get an automatically through to the final, like the playoff final?
Well, it depends. Look, I don't want to speak politics, or because one, it's not really what we want to do, and two, I'm not that intelligent. But I don't know what's going to happen. It depends how long this is going to happen. I don't know. I think realistically, Scotland and Poland will probably get a bye through to the finals, because there's going to be no. Poland 100% for sure. Ukraine, maybe they may play it. I don't know kind of what, in terms of what we need to what will happen for them to get that game on. But Poland for sure will be going through. I don't think Russia will be allowed to play or be represented in any tournament this side of whenever,
Well, they just had they put in something about having their ban overturned for the third time or something. It was the third time it was rejected the other day, right?
Yeah. So I think there would be massive uproar if they suddenly said, "Oh yeah, it's fine, all is forgiven."
Well, we're talking about FIFA and UEFA here. Come on now, a little bit of side money comes in, and all of a sudden your sanctions are lifted. Chelsea, you can't buy players, you can't do anything, you can't sell tickets, you can't do anything. Oh no, we were just kidding. It's been 2 days. Go ahead, sell tickets. Go ahead, sell merchandise. Go ahead, buy a player.
If you take the Chelsea example, you can't sell tickets. Oh, now you can sell tickets as long as it's away or everything else. The same with you might go bust. We'll let Roman Abramovich put in another 30 million so you don't go bust and you have to sell all your players. Whereas I think if that was any other club, I reckon there would be very little sympathy and it'll be like, well, tough. So
yeah, it really would be. Bobby, you then on the other side of that group, you've got Wales against Austria and Sweden against the Czech Republic. So we could be looking at probably Scotland in the final path A. Out of Wales and Austria, who do you think will win that game tonight?
You know what? From my understanding, Wales Bale is not available, right? Austria is, I think, an average team at best. They don't have a star player that I am aware of. Is there anybody on there that could really kind of make a difference? There's nobody I can think of.
No, they're very Austria at the moment are very sort of like a championship side, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they're very dogged. So the will stick it. It's not an easy game for Wales.
No, I don't think it's an easy game, but Wales has some quality players at least. Right?
Yeah, they do.
I'm just going to give them the. I'll give them the advantage just based on the team sheets.
Yeah. So path A, we're looking at Scotland, Wales final to get into the World Cup, and then Sweden and Czech Republic.
I know Czech's missing their that striker. God, why am I gonna? We just talked about it the other day, and I forget his name. Schick is his last name. The kid that scored that wonder goal in against Scotland in the European Championship, right? He's out, but the Czech Republic still got some really solid players. But with Decky being in the form he is and playing it up, I got to support my Tottenham boy and give it to Sweden.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, and Barry, and that as well, Sweden, Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think going back to that first one, I think Austria will be too strong. I think that they've got Arnautovic, they've got Sabitzer. I don't see how Wales come through that game, if I'm honest, especially with no Bale tonight and the first game being at home. So I don't see it. From a home nation point of view, I would want Wales and Scotland to both be there, but then ultimately one of them would be knocked out anyway. But you'd want at least one of the you'd want as many of the home nations. I mean, a bit like when it's the European games, apart from maybe Arsenal, you'd want you realistically want as many of the home nations to get as deep into the tournaments as possible. So I think I think Austria, that one. I think from a Sweden, I'd love to see them back. When if you go back years and years, when you had like Thomas Brolin, Ibrahimovic, those type of players, the World Cup is almost set up for Kulusevski to kind of have that impact. As a Bale's fit apparently. I don't think it'll make a difference, Eugene, tonight, if I'm honest.
Sorry, I just got a message from Brian. He's back in as well, Dermot, if you want to add him in when you get
All right, sorry, because I couldn't see things. Sorry.
Yeah, he just sent me a message saying he's up.
Yeah, sorry.
So I think I'd like to see Sweden go through and then actually go through and then actually have that would be the springboard, and then hopefully we do the right thing in the summer, spend the 30 million, because if he goes and has a decent World Cup, then they're potentially, if we don't get top four, if we don't get all of the whatever is in the deals, then Juventus are going to want him back 100%.
Yeah. That's true.
And isn't it something about this summer's 30 million, and if we go to next summer, it's like 50 million or something? And so we're talking about Levy. It's
30 this summer, 35 next, I think.
35. So Levy to spend that extra 5 million? Come on, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Brian, very quickly. We're on about the player finals tonight in Europe. Wales, Austria, and how do you think that game will go?
It's two legs, both of them, isn't it? All of them, they're two
legs.
No,
Wembley just said he's just put up in the bottom there that there's no second leg in this game.
No, it's a one-legged
game. One game. That's it.
Playoff straight to the final. Straight to penalty shootout. So whoever tonight, then they're going to the final. And then whoever wins that, then will go to the World Cup. So you've got Wales, Austria tonight.
Wales, Austria. I'm going Wales.
Yeah, and then Sweden, Czech Republic.
I've got to go for the ginger. We've all got to be Swedish. The guy's class. We've all been very, very impressed with Kulusevski. And it'd be great to see him go to an international tournament. So I've got to say Kulu and Sweden, or Kulusevski. Sorry, I don't like calling him. Keep forgetting to call him Decky.
Decky.
We've got Poland as well, so that could be a Poland-Sweden final, and I think that'd be a great game. That actually Poland against Sweden. We're looking at Wales, Scotland for Path A. Barry's going for Austria, so he'll be going for Austria, Scotland. Now for Path C. Now this could be really
that's the tasty
massive.
one. That's the tasty one.
We've got the fourth.
I don't think it is, Dermot. I think Portugal get turned over tonight.
You think Turkey can do it?
I was going to agree with you, Barry. Turkey are not a bad side.
No, very underrated.
And you've got the 4-time world champions, Italy, against North Macedonia. That's going to be an Italy win. They'll be in the final. I'm actually going with Barry. I'm going from Turkey. I don't think Portugal will win that. I think Portugal are like a one-man side. Brian?
Oh, they got some.
Yeah, no. If the game was at Turkey, then I would have gone Turkey, because that home support is not to be messed with in any way, size, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But Portugal, I think at home would just be too strong.
Yeah. And Barry?
Yeah, I think Turkey are gonna. I just think there's some upsets on the cards. I just think that there will be some. That you'll see the Ronaldo tantrum tonight, where he'll be arguing with the ref. They'll be getting in his face. I just see it. I just see it being an upset, and I mean, it's a travesty, really. Italy and or Portugal, who wouldn't be in the the World Cup, but hey, that's knockout football for you. If you
you look at that, Barry. It works out. Either way, it works out brilliant for England because one of the big hitters aren't going.
Yeah.
One of the and after what happened in the European Championship, I hope it's Italy that got knocked out just because they beat us. So that's that for that only reason, nothing else to the Italian fans. So don't jump on me. You beat us. I just want you gone. Just that's it. It's the only reason.
And we're nowhere near the World Cup. We'll be sitting at home watching it on our telly, supporting every other team but the home nations, basically. So. We'll be supporting Canada. That's who I'll be supporting. Canada, just a quick question, actually, to Brian and Barry. England and Ireland are the only nations that are bidding for Euro 2028. Apparently, Russia are trying to put in the bidding, which I think is bloody laughable. For 28, do you think that's a good bid for England? I know for us personally over here, I think it's been brilliant. Ireland getting a major tournament, but for England, do you think it'd be a good feel good factor for you over there?
It will, but I'm going to be very controversial here. I don't think we deserve it. I'd love to see it back in England, but the way the fans, or I don't want to call them fans, the way the thugs, the disgusting heart of English supporters. The disgusting part, the scenes after the final, the scenes of trying to get into the final was horrific. And that, Joe, actually, when we lost on penalties, Brian Allen and I watched it together at the Dunright in downtown Toronto, and then we came back to do Tottenham away because we're still part of Tottenham away then. And by the time we'd left this pub and walked to Brian Allen's studio, the scenes that were coming out of England, the racism that the three penalty takers that missed were getting, some of the horrific, and I'm not going to go into details of what I saw because it's just disgusting. I don't, as much as I love to see England get tournaments, as much as I'd love to see us, I mean, like for the rest of us, the majority of us, although I was here, got to see the great side and how England gets swept over when England are doing well in a tournament. But I'm absolutely appalled by the behaviour that we displayed. And as much as I'd like to see again, the next thing I really want to see in England is the World Cup. The Euros we've done Euro 96. We had, because of COVID, this Euros. Don't get me wrong, though, it'd be wonderful for Ireland. It'd be wonderful. And on that part, it's a real like Ireland deserves something because it's a great footballing country. The people are fantastic. I'm sure you would get fights and everything because I've seen Irish derbies and the football and the stuff that goes on there. But I just think that it's too soon to give England a tournament. There should be some repercussions for the disgusting behaviour of a very small majority that has spoiled it for the rest of them and spoiled it they have. So I think they will get it because Russia are in no place to be saying anything. But I don't think. Well, thank you, Angel. Thank you. But yeah, I just think it's not right. It's not right.
No, I think that's spot on, Barry.
I'm sorry. That last message down there is he's been in class for 20 minutes and he's sending a hi.
Yeah,
son. Yeah. I'm already in enough heat. Your mom just messaged me, so get your ass to class and get off your money.
Did Suki message you?
She got that email from the school to say what
say that he's late.
Because when the school called, so I got when you were off, when you got kicked out, I got automated call from the school. They send this virtual thing to you, and you just have to push a whole buttons to justify where he was. So I put in late and everything like that, put the time in that he's come to class and everything like that. But then it sends an email so that your child can't do it themselves, kind of thing. 'Cause it's just an automated system; they can call in themselves. So now, Mama Bear got that, and
apparently he says he's on free time.
On the couch. All I
can say, Bobby, is there's a spare room here with your name on it.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. But thank God I got my man cave. My couch is 7 feet away.
You mean your bed for the night? Your bed for the night.
You know what, though? I'm just hoping, because it's really early in the morning. By the time I finish work and come home from work in 13 hours from now, hopefully she'll just forget.
Yeah.
And I'll be gone to work before she gets home.
Oh my God, Bobby.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something very quickly? Women don't forget. They've got a big memory. We'll leave it there. We'll park that bus there. Barry, about England and Ireland, Euro 28.
I was reading it. I think it's the whole of the home nations is what I was reading. It's not just England and Ireland. I think it's gone to Wales and Scotland as well. So Northern Ireland. So I think, look, I agree with Brian in terms of what had happened. We've done the Euros. We've had Euro 96. So, obviously we haven't had a World Cup since 66. So I would prefer it. And I think, everyone I think would prefer having a World Cup. Do you know what I mean? So, but hey, look, like you said, they're not gonna give Russia, they're not gonna give Russia the Turkey. I don't know, but I think that we're probably better set in terms of infrastructure and everything else. Hence why, Wembley had the Champions League final those 2 years in a row when there was issues. Obviously, last year the Euros was spread across Europe, and obviously they were, obviously it was only ever going to probably be Wembley that would have had the final like it did. So, it kind of felt like we had it, but we didn't really have it, if that makes sense. So I think it'll be a similar kind of thing like we spoke about the other day. But who knows? I just think that we should be focusing on the World Cup. But like with everything, we don't get given World Cups. We don't get given, because we don't have money to throw around like someone that's got a World Cup in a few 6-7 months time. So
and that's something.
What are you insinuating there, Barry? That they bought their World Cup?
Allegedly, yes. I will say allegedly.
No.
In case
that is
Qatar is a world power in the footballing world. Okay.
Yeah, with a great
phenomenal.
Human rights record.
Bobby, you'd be going on timeout if you carry on, all right, about Qatar being the world football.
Bobby, you're already in enough trouble, mate. You don't want the Qataris on your back as well, mate.
Fair enough. I don't need to get it from all angles.
I personally myself, I think it'd be great for us. I mean, funnily enough, the England-Germany game should have been played in Dublin and that European Championship. And that's the funny thing about that. It was stopped from us because of the pandemic, but that game was actually for Dublin, England, Germany. So that game could have been completely different if it was played over here. I agree with you here. I think the minority of them fans are a disgrace to your country and to your national side. As I know myself, when Ireland go away, there's never any. We never actually have any trouble when we go away. We just dance, we sing, we drink, we have a laugh. You never hear of, and the majority of England fans are the same. You just got a minority of head cases, like in Holland, like in Italy, like in Germany. There's a minority everywhere, and I think it's a shame that a minority spoils it for the majority.
I mean, I have to come in here because I've seen through various, when you have big cup finals or big derbies or whatever, there is a whole host of shit that goes down. But Ireland aren't. Listen, the majority of the Irish supporters, I completely agree with you, are some of the most fun-loving, out for a laugh people there is. But there is no doubt there is a small minority that really ruin it for Ireland. It's just a shame that England, and I'm not taking the piss here, are a bigger country as in size, a bigger country as in footballing, upper echelons in football. There's no getting away from that. When we go, we are notoriously known because of English football and because of all the years of hooliganism. we are a target. We are a target, and we put that target on our back because of the minority. Because of the minority, we put a target on our back, and everyone knows when England are coming. Oh shit, here we go, and it happens all the time because people do that. There are hundreds of thousands of fans that follow England everywhere. Like, come the 2026 World Cup that's here, America and Mexico. I want to get as many of the YouTube family out to experience it here in Canada and see Canada. But I will spend a week wherever England are, whether I can get tickets or not, whether it be in America, whether it be in Mexico, whether it be here. And I'm going to go there to have a lot of fun. And I know trouble will be there. There will be trouble.
Could you imagine the England fans in Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's kind of not the place to be doing it. Trust me.
Did you see what happened a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
I sent you guys the videos where the fans that killed each other.
Yeah,
they were ripping their clothes off, and it was just so disgusting.
Yeah,
I've seen some bad hooliganism, but what happened to these fans? Oh my God! There's this one woman that's trying to grab her child, and they bowl her over, and she gets a bottle smashed across the side of her head.
This is the thing, and what happens if England cause trouble wherever they go? Any press, especially ours, but whatever press anywhere, will get it. I mean, a lot of the stuff that happened in France '98 was brought on by fans targeting us, and England stood back and fought. And that's what anyone would do. You stand up and protect yourself. But England, there's no getting away from it, have a very, very bad reputation for hooliganism, worse than Ireland. But Ireland and the other home nations have their sections of fans. Every country has their sections of fans. England are just notorious for it, whereas the other countries not so much. But it's just what happened in the final last summer was disgusting, and there's no getting away from it, especially on your own turf.
Can I ask you a question on that, Brian? What would you put that down to? Would you put that down to security? Would you put the blame at UEFA store for ticketing issues, or what would you put down? Or would you just put it down to drink and just the excitement of a fast finals in '66 a combination of everything?
What you got to remember with this, and if you remember Russia in 2018, and even when you talk about when we went to Korea, and there was no trouble with England fans. The England fans, because it was so far and whatever, not a lot of that could get there. And obviously, Japan and South Korea are very, very friendly countries. So it wasn't that kind of tournament. What happened when you look at Euro '96, when you look at 2018 in Russia? You look at all the pubs celebrating. You look at Hyde Park packed. When England are doing well, believe me, I say this all the time. During a World Cup, and I don't care what country you're from, there is no better place to be if England are doing well than England, because the whole country, whether you like football or not, comes to a standstill. Every car is playing Three Lions. Everyone is finishing work early. The schools are watching the games, and it's a wonderful part to be. When we started progressing in the Euro 2020 or 21 as it was, you saw after the quarterfinals that people were jumping on phone boxes, partying and taking over the streets, and that was all wonderful scenes. And then when it came to the final, listen, the police have a hard enough job. I mean, if I was a policeman, perish the thought, back home, I would have made sure that I booked Euro 2020 final off. I would have made, if we started working, because obviously when England were there, we were like, do you know what? If we win, this is going to be a glorious day to be on shift. But if we lose, this is going to be a nightmare. And you can only have so many police look after one thing, because they have to look after the rest of the city. Security could have been tighter, but you can't explain I can't remember how many hundreds try to rush the turnstiles to get in. You can't account for that. You may know it's coming, but you can't prepare for it. And you can't say, right, we need 750 extra police officers and security guards that are going to cost so much money for the taxpayer, that are going to cost so much money to these companies, and they might not be needed. But in this case, they were, and they're not football fans. They are not football fans. They were there to cause absolute mayhem and try and jump on the bandwagon and get into the stadium for free. And there were people lucky enough to be able to take their kids, no matter if they're like 5 or 6 or in their teenage years, to experience this with their dad, with their mum, with their cousins, grandparents, whatever. And it got ruined by a bunch of morons and then the behaviour afterwards, and the like I said, I'm not going to go into details of the things I saw, but I was absolutely ashamed to be English by 2 hours after the final because it was hideous. I'll tell you, Iggy, who is obviously Italian, English, but family originate from Italy. I think his parents originally are from Italy. One of the nicest guys you ever meet, a fantastic human being. He went to party in Hoddesdon, or I think it was Hoddesdon, or I'm sure it was. They went to an Italian restaurant that family friends own or something like that, watched it there. Or sorry, no, they watched it at home, but then they went to party at this restaurant. And the police came up over to the owners and said, right, you need to lock up now and finish. They're like, what are you talking about? It's like 10 o'clock. We've just won the Euros.
Yeah.
We're staying open. They're like, no, we are telling you to shut or you'll get into trouble because this is about to erupt. This is about, so an Italian shop or an Italian restaurant celebrated that their country had just won an incredible major football tournament. All their party and their family, they had to close that restaurant for their own safety because the England fans were going to go trashing anything Italian. They're trashing Ferraris, they were trashing Fiats, they were anything Italian. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Even if we'd lost to Germany, to go and attack, that's not what football is. I understand there's intense rivalry. Listen, there's nothing more I love than Spurs Arsenal, which is one of the most intense rivalries you ever come across in club football. But you have your yes, the thugs may have their meets or whatever, but it's generally, I used to watch it when I couldn't go to the games back home. A load of my Spurs mates with a load of my Arsenal mates used to go out and watch it together in a neutral pub. We'd never go to like Tottenham territory or Arsenal territory. And if Tottenham fans tried to start on our Arsenal friends, we'd stick up for them and vice versa. And that's what it should be. That's what it should be. Yes, on the pitch and in the game there's rivalry, but there's no need to take it to the level that it's been taken to. And what happened in the final, it's not, you asked it, was it security, was it police? No, it wasn't. It was a hooligan issue. It was a hooligan issue, and you can't prepare for the amount of hooligans or the amount of nutcases or the amount of people that are just like a fight that are going to come out. So, yes, maybe Wembley should have been more protected.
Yeah, but Brian, they would have had to have the army there. Like you said, they would have had to have 1,000 guards standing there, fully armed, fully body kitted, with proper artillery. Not standing there with bloody pepper spray. Yeah. And like you say, you got 7 security guards plus a dozen cops standing at a turnstile that 700 people just rushed. Impossible.
Bobby, sorry, I don't mean that. Sorry, I think Barry has to shoot off. So quickly, Barry, do you want to plug your channel, sir?
Yeah, so we're on a slightly earlier time this evening at 7 p.m. Sorry, I couldn't even know.
Still won't work around my work hours, but thank you. Go ahead.
Well, unfortunately, Bobby, it doesn't matter.
So it's about the rest of your fans, I know.
If it doesn't work around your work hours, it certainly will work around Little K's school hours. So,
okay. all right.
Right there, brother. So look, catch us tonight, 7 o'clock. We might talk a bit about Spurs. We probably won't talk about Spurs. We'll probably talk about random stuff, which is why everyone comes to talk about random stuff. So, thank you for having me on again. Hopefully Canada will do the business tonight.
Nick, when are you coming out here?
September, isn't it?
Next year.
That's Rez.
Oh, no, I thought you were coming this year.
No, I'm getting
Rez is coming this September. Brad is coming
September.
in May, right?
Brad in May, still in November for 4 days.
Stell's coming as well for sure.
For 4 days in November.
Cool.
So probably next year, unless I win the lottery tonight. There's 10 UK millionaires, so maybe I might be one of them. Sorry, my Friday.
You might be here tomorrow.
So yeah,
there you go.
I might be there. I might be coming, picking you up, and we'll go to the next Canada game, wherever it is.
Well, you know what? Big news actually. As of April the 1st, you don't need a negative COVID test to come here. You can fly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Well,
so
for now, we like to change the rules every 24 hours.
Okay, but guys, seriously, good luck, Brian. Good luck tonight. We should be finished by the time you're on at 8. That's why we've done it. You see, a little bit earlier.
Thank you, sir.
Tonight, Alan, your wife won't let you. More like you won't be able to have. You won't have Mrs. Harris bringing you toast. So that's
a good point, though.
But no, guys, thank you for having me on, Dermot. And
no problem.
And yeah, I guess we'll just keep riding this wave until Spurs are back playing football. So I guess for now, we will be adopted Canadians.
Yes.
And Canada the next few.
All you have to do is learn to say, hey, after everything. Hey. How you doing, man? You all right? Good? Hey. Right? Before you go, though,
Italian.
before you go, I got to say to you, thank you, brother. You've been a very, very big supporter of me since the first minute I put my face on the screen, and you've shown my family nothing but love, and the support you've given Christian, the encouragement you've given actually boiled him into the excitement, and you're giving him his songs and everything like that. So I just really, truly appreciate your friendship. I really do, man. You're a wonderful soul, man. I'm so glad because of Daigle I've met all these wonderful people, and and you are truly, truly at the top of that list. I really, really am so thankful that I met you, man.
And the feeling is mutual for everyone. It's the same. From 3-4 months ago of not even doing this to whoring myself out to, and then meeting everyone.
YouTube slags you and me.
Exactly. But I better go because I'm late for a call, and if I'm late, I don't want to lose my job. So there we go. All right,
see you later,
Thanks, brother.
See you, Barry.
Brother.
Thank you
Have
very
a good
much.
Day. That was actually the one that just said hi, Uncle. That's my son Jay's best friend.
All right.
So yeah.
Hi.
So Taji, nice. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you. Just to quickly carry on from what Brian said.
Yes, Chris, I am. It's all Nick's fault, honey. It wasn't me. It was Nick. See, it was Nick. Even Chris knows. It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing to nothing.
I agree. I mean, you go to a Dublin derby, and believe me, you get North Side and South Side Dublin. They do not mix. Internationally, we've got the best fans in the world, but there always will be groups in any sort of football team, country, wherever.
But it's a mob mentality, Dermot. Unfortunately, we both know that. You could have 100 people there, and 97 of them are there to purely enjoy the game. But once those 3 kick off and start the shit up, the 97 follow suit. It's like a sheep mentality almost kind of thing. It's like when you see looting and stuff like that. And, you don't want to be a part of this or anything, and then you see it all happening around you. It's like, hold on a second, I'm going to get onto this too, right? So
yeah. Well, you seen you could get a free 65-inch telly. You think I'm having that?
So it's and like Alan said earlier, he put that, they knew that there was 20,000 empty seats in the stadium because of the COVID restrictions. So that's what I think this whole thing, was basically try to get into those seats that were unaccounted for. And it's not an excuse though. It's an embarrassment. And the thing is, okay, that's before the game. But the videos that I got, and I'm sure you all saw through WhatsApp and everything and other social
during
media,
the game,
after the game even. These people are coming out. I remember watching one family come out. It was a father. I'm assuming it was a father, mother, and 3 children with them. And the father, all you see is he shields all 3 children. And 2 guys come, and one guy kicks him in the back of the knee, drops him to the ground, and the other guy starts kicking him in the ribs. The man is walking out of the stadium with his children, you disgusting, vile pieces of shit. And to me, what bothered me most about that is nobody interfered. Nobody. There's no security there. There's a stack of England fans that are all standing there cheering it on. Are you telling me as a human being that you thought that was acceptable? That you would allow that to happen and, in fact, condone it? That, to me, is beyond disgusting. The fact that nobody, not even our own fans, would not see that this, regardless of the results in football, that is not right, man. You're attacking children. Like I said, little children.
Just to say one thing, I'm just sending the link. You're about to have a special guest.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Very quickly,
Alan, sorry, Dermot, throw the link in there, man. Let's.
Sorry.
We're going to probably call this out soon, right? We'll go another half hour.
Whoa, just let.
Okay.
One
sec.
This one sec.
And then the other one.
Yeah. Believe me, it's worth it.
Okay. Where do I put the link?
I know why.
Chat or?
No, not just yet.
No. Brian sent it already.
Let this person come in.
Right. While we're waiting for the surprise guest to come on, South American, we've got Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador, Uruguay. Brazil and Argentina look like they've already qualified. You've got Ecuador on 25 points, Uruguay on 22 points, and Peru, who's in the playoff bits, on 21 points. They've got 2 matches. Out of the South American section, who do you think will come out in the top 4 for that? So really, you've got Peru and Uruguay. Out of them 2, who do you think will qualify in the 4th place?
Uruguay.
We have to say Uruguay. We got to go with Benny.
And then out of them, Brazil, Argentina look a good side from South America. Do you think we could have a South American World Cup winner this year?
Sorry, what was that? A World Cup what?
No, because England are winning it. And I'm not just saying that as an English fan. I had this chat with Brian Ireland, and I said to him, "Do you know what? If we win the Euros, I want to put $100 on each that England win the World Cup." And he was like, "Yeah, if England win it, we'll do it." And do you know what? You talk about Gareth Southgate, and people saying, "Oh, he's not." I think he's doing an incredible job at England. Whether you like him or not, he's the first manager ever to get us to a semi-final and then a final ever in back-to-back tournaments. What I love about Southgate as well is he has worked with all the youngsters that are coming through. He knows how they play. He may not be the big name like everyone wants to have, like a Capello or Hoddle or Keegan or late great Sir Bobby Robson, but you can't knock getting to a semi-final and a final. If this tournament had been played in the summer in the Middle East, we would have been pathetic. We wouldn't have been able to deal with it. No. Yes, there would have been air conditioning in these stadiums or whatever, but I just think as well, the thing that I love about this and why I think England have a huge chance is this tournament being played at Christmas. This is when the football players have been playing constantly for a few months. So they're right in their stride. They're right in their form. It's not the end of the season and they go away for a month and train and haven't got match fitness or whatever. They're going to be going in tip-top shape. And I reckon having it done as it is stands us with a humongous chance. And then you look at people like Italy or Portugal might not make it. If we get the draw right, I honestly think England are going to go very, very far in this tournament. And that's my heart and my head talking.
Now, my only issue with Southgate is I don't think tactically he makes the right decisions sometimes. One thing I think what he's done that managers previous to him have not been able to do is actually unite the squad. The chemistry that they have, it seems like everybody shows up and forgets their club badges and puts on their national badge, which is very important because if you look on paper, we had stronger teams in the 90s. And even in the early 2000s and everything with Beckham, Lampard, Gerrard, all those guys and everything, it's just for some reason the gel wasn't there. Like Lampard and Gerrard were completely two other players that were there you go. See, Ellie agrees with me. Yeah, thanks, Ellie. It's just like that little bit of tactical awareness. But like Brian said, the more he does this, you're only going to gain that through experience.
Exactly. I think
we got to keep cracking on with him because he is doing a great job. Unifying a team is as important as knowing tactically what to do with them too. You got to have your players playing together. If they don't play, if they play as individuals, your team is screwed.
I actually think that Gareth Southgate has learned a lot more from losing that final than he would have if he'd won it. So I honestly think that, like I said, the bond that he's created within that team is something very, very special. Like you saw it with all the training camps and the videos they were releasing from there. I know a lot of them, like you see on Spurs, can be, it's all good seeing that on camera, but what's it like off the camera? But there is a genuine bond. You hear the way they talk about each other. You saw the way they were celebrating when we got to the final. I think England are a huge, huge chance of winning this thing.
I agree with you.
I hope you're right.
If we get to the final, I'm flying home. I am flying home because there is no
England, Canada World Cup final.
Mate, if England gets to the semi-finals, I'll fly home. I'll fly home for the semi-finals and finals. There's no
I've
way.
already got myself in trouble with my wife, and now you're going to get yourself in trouble.
No. I mean,
six trip to England in 1 year.
Do you know what? When we got to the semi-finals in Russia, I was seriously toying with flying home. But do you know what? I kind of got so superstitious and go, do you know what? If I fly home and we lose, I'm gonna blame me. I will blame me because I flew home but I thought about it again, and you look at it and it's like, if England can get to a World Cup final, I would want to have that moment with my dad. I would want to have that moment. I wouldn't care about going to the pub. Like after the game would be, or if We Are Tottenham TV did what they did for the Euros and did that thing where they rented out rooms, I'll take my dad and go with my dad, because if England gets to a World Cup final, there is no one in the world. Because funny thing is, when England actually won the World Cup in '66, that was my dad's bar mitzvah day.
Oh wow!
So there's actually a movie they did about a Jewish kid getting bar mitzvahed on the England World Cup day. Apparently there are 13 or 14 people in the country that actually were getting bar mitzvahed on the day England won the World Cup, and obviously. Just to say I saw England in a World Cup final and not be able to watch it with my dad would be criminal.
I agree with you. I think England have a good chance. I think Argentina and Brazil. You can't say the two South American sides are always in with a chance.
Always powerhouses, yeah.
I think Germany. You can never write Germany off. I mean, Germany's record. I mean, you go back to 74 winners. 82 final, 86 final, 1990. Do you know they got to the final?
They won it.
They won it. They got. Do you know they lost 2 finals and won a third. You never can discount the Germans. You got the English team. I mean, under Southgate, they have got this togetherness that I've never seen before. You got if Italy make it.
You say that about Germany, but they were shocking in Russia. They were shocking in the Euros and got knocked out by us. Yeah. So don't. I get what you're saying, that you can never write them off. But right now, German football isn't at the level it was, and now they've got a new manager because Joachim Löw has gone, so it's brand new territory. So you can never write them off. But I don't think this year or the World Cup Germany will do anything. I think that the following Euros and World Cup onwards, then they might. But I think Germany are going through a bit of a rebuild kind of thing.
For me personally, I can actually see it being an England-Brazil final. That's what I can see happening, because I can really see an England-Brazil final. I think that would be, you go back to 1970, that great match with Bobby Moore with the tackles and Gordon Banks with that incredible save and Pele and Jairzinho, and we have an absolute legend. I mean, this man is a legend and a god. Bob, how are you feeling, sir?
All right. It's just taken me fucking half an hour to get from the bedroom to the lounge, but then I sat down, got all ready, and I thought, fuck, forgot my headphones. So it took me another half an hour to get back to the bedroom, get my headphones, and come back. So I'm a bit out of breath, so bear with me, but no, it's all good, man.
Good to see you, Superman.
Yeah, don't worry, Bob. That's the excuse I'm giving Christian's teacher right now, that it took him a half hour to get from the bedroom to the other room.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm surprised you're still at school, man.
Bob, with the World Cup coming up, how do you think England will do?
Well, we have to go one better from the last tournament.
Yeah.
We made the final, so we've got to win it. And we've got the team. We've got the camaraderie. We've seemed to have the spirit. We've got the nation behind them. We've got world-class players. Brian's right. Declan Rice, in my eyes, is world-class. Harry Kane. Yeah. We've got good, young, hungry.
Oh, that's made me dizzy. I shouldn't have done that.
No. We've got young, hungry club mentality within the England squad. So I said it right after the final against Italy. I'd be disappointed if we didn't win the World Cup, and I honestly believe that. So I'd put 5 on it.
Let me just add as well that if we get to the final, let me add, there's 2 people I have to see that game with, or 3. Danny Kiriakou, my brother here, and my dad. We'll all go out together, or wherever We Are Tottenham, or what we'll all get together. But my dad will be with us. But 1 billion%.
100%.
I might tag along with you. That's November.
December. The World Cup final will be?
The final will be December, yeah.
Yeah.
Big up.
Just a quick question on that, Bob. Do you think what the Premier League are doing, they're stopping it like a couple of weeks before and then starting again on, I think St. Stephen's Day, which is Boxing Day for you over there. Do you think they should have given them the whole of December off and just say, right, this year we're going to have a winter break because of the World Cup being in the winter?
Our owners give up money.
It's all about money, mate.
Yeah,
the fact it's going to Qatar, it's allegedly. Should I say allegedly? No, we all know it's charaded in corrupt money, corrupt votes, corrupt people. The fact that people who chose the World Cup to be to have gone there have gone, but we're still going ahead. It's piss take. It shouldn't. It should never have gone there. But it is what it is, and if it means we're going to win it, it could be in November, December, June, May, March, whenever. But it's a bit of a shit show. Can you imagine the outcry if the likes of a Harry Kane, a Ronaldo, depending on where he is, but we've got so many world-class players in our league. If they're falling by the wayside due to injury or exhaustion, you've got to remember the weather conditions out there as well. They'll be going from a hot climate coming back to winter to play in the Premier League.
That's true.
The body needs to reacclimatise as well. So there's going to be a lot more issues than what I think people.
That's actually a very big point, Bob, because I don't know if you've known, I've mentioned this before now. I've showed my Tottenham tattoo on my right arm, and I don't know if I've ever told you, I've got that on the left side. I don't know if it's... That is for a dear friend of mine who is a massive Liverpool fan that unfortunately I lost 6 years ago. And what had happened is the exact same thing. He was in Mexico over the New Year's break, so it was freezing over here, and he went to heat. And he had quit smoking before he went. And once he came back, he had a couple of cigars while he was over there. So just, he's on holiday and everything like that. And when he came back, unfortunately, I think he was only back a day, and he ended up having a heart attack. And poof, gone. There you go. 39 years old. And
it's very
sorry. Just everything that happened, the change and everything, and then coming back into this area and everything, and the atmosphere as well, right? The weather change and everything was really impactful. So, you could see that affecting other players and stuff too, right? So,
one of the biggest things we take for granted. No. Bob's spot on.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
But one of the biggest things we take for granted is our body. We think we made, especially if we're men. We think we're indestructible. We're made out of steel, and unfortunately, Bobby's mate is an example. I'm an example to an extent.
He was he's stubborn. I'm fine. I'm not going to get checked out. Like you touched on in one of the chats that we have to get checked out.
I was like, it's COVID. It'd be, but Brian knows. Yeah, I'll be all right in a couple of days. I'll be all right. Yeah, I was all right. It's something that we take for granted, and like I say, there's so many little factors that we need to be careful about. We need to any sniffle in today's climate, get it fucking checked out. Get it checked out.
Yeah, 100%.
And I want to say personally,
stubborn. We're not invincible.
No, I want to say personally to you, Bob, you are an inspiration to me for the fight you give, and the fight you're an inspiration to myself and to every other man out there that we have to look after ourselves. And you're the embodiment of the fight and the grit, and you're an inspiration to me and many other people. So I just wanted to say that to you because I haven't had the chance to get to speak to you properly on there, but I just want to say that to you. You're really an inspiration to me for what
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the NHS. Another thing we take for granted. The NHS, for what they do, and I've said a couple of times, when you spend a third of your year in hospital around the same nurses and doctors, you get to know them, you get to speak to them, and the amount of shit that they have to put up with, the amount of the salary that they're on in comparison to, without bigging myself, I earn twice as much as some of the nurses out there just by selling cars. And the NHS, they were fortunate enough to give my brother, my mum, and my dad the last few days of their lives a comfortable seat out, and they saved my life twice while I was in hospital. So massive respect to the NHS, and I've said I will be making special mentions to the NHS on the stream I do, and once I'm able, whatever I can do charity wise for the NHS, be it swim, runs, walks, whatever, I will be doing it, because they are taken for granted as well. They're a butt of jokes at times, and we're so lucky. We're so lucky to have the likes of the NHS. And Will Stewart said yesterday, if he had what I had in America, he would have been thousands and thousands in debt.
Yeah, and it's the same over here. I mean, our health service over here is so overrun. I mean, that if I went into hospital, what you had, Bob, I don't think I would have come out, because our health service is so badly run over here. It's atrocious. And
how different is it? I thought Ireland was.
We have a private sector, which is, if you pay for anything, you're straight there. You can get an appointment within a week.
Right.
The public sector is so badly run. I mean, my fiance 3 years ago went into hospital with a suspected heart attack into our local hospital in Wexford, and they left her for 6 hours, and she had another major heart attack. Nearly died in Wexford. I had to shout and roar at them to do something. It was only a doctor that came by and realised what was going on, rushed her up to James's, which is a big hospital in Dublin, and they found a clot in her right artery. Now, if they left her for another hour, she would have been dead.
Wow.
And the nurse was just sitting there. And we had a girl outside our room who had mental health problems, who was shouting and swearing at the nurses. And they just left my wife and left my fiance.
Crazy shit, man.
Yeah, 6 hours they left her. And it was only, I spotted at home that she was having a heart attack. She wasn't well. I had to fight with the ambulance to take her to the hospital. When they left her there, because she had a pain under her rib, they just assumed it was a stomach problem. And they left her 6 hours, they left her. So Wexford Hospital is probably one of the worst hospitals in our county. But you go to Vincent's and Dublin and James's, that some of them are brilliant. But the nurses and doctors over here are so overrun. So I agree with you as well, Bob. Our nurses and doctors, wherever they are, in Ireland, England, Canada, they deserve all our support. And
100%.
My wife will be happy to hear that. She's a nurse. Hopefully that gets me out of trouble later on.
Yeah,
there you go, big up, mate.
Yeah, very big up. I mean, they save people's lives day in, day out. So
literally, and like you said, Bob, the shit that they have to put up with, the stories that, unfortunately, we're both public servants, and we're at the point where we don't talk about work. Mm-hmm. It's just because there's nothing positive to talk about. Like the stories that we both bring home, it's very disheartening, and it's like there's the appreciation levels because of the way media spins things as well and everything. It's just it's sickening. Like we started off here. There used to be, I think it used to be 7 p.m. There used to be a public clap for the health services workers and everything. Yeah. So I remember I was driving the bus by this really posh area in Toronto one time, and I just happened to be at the end of the line, so I had a few minutes of break, and I got out of the bus, and all of a sudden, there was just these beautiful condos around me, and as you see, this flood of people just came out on their balconies, and they're banging their pots. I'm looking around, and I made a video to send my wife, and it was just so beautiful to see. Yeah. But as quickly as that kind of went up, and more people, it unfortunately that respect and appreciation dropped away really quickly. So. Yeah. I adore her for what she does and everything, and sometimes it scares me that you're going into work in these conditions and stuff like that and everything. And are you fully protected? What are you exposed to on a daily basis? What could happen to you? It's like you said, they deserve to be paid a hell of a lot more than what they're paid.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
and the one thing about this pandemic, and one thing I found is I've met all of you. Yep. I've met you, Bob. I've met you, Brian, my brother. I mean, I met you at Tottenham. I had a great day with you. I still laugh about how we walked to that pub. Coming back, I was walking quicker than I was walking up.
Yep.
But as well, you, Bobby, I mean, this is one good thing that's come out of this pandemic. I've made a load of new friends, and they're all family. And that's one thing about this little community of ours. We're a family, and we're all there for one another. And I think that's the best thing that's come out of this pandemic. And sadly, it's been for everyone that's lost a loved one and all the people that have gone through, especially you, Bob, as well. But I think if you can take good things out of it, your recovery, Bob, as well, is one of them. And people we've met along this journey. And I think it makes people stronger as well. And the nurses and doctors, they deserve our gratitude. And they're the ones that deserve OBEs, MBEs,
100%.
every on the go, not to these big, rich knobheads that sit and do nothing. They're the people on the front line.
Well, they're not doing nothing. They're counting all their money.
Yeah. But they're the people on the front line that actually put themselves in danger day in, day out.
Yeah.
So big up to every doctor and nurse and everyone in all hospitals around the world. You know, and thank you for everything you do.
Good show.
Bob, Tottenham.
I just realized, sorry, Dermot, you should change the name to the show of Dermot and the 3 Bs today.
Yeah, that's true. Oh dear. Yeah, that's true. I actually never thought of that.
There you go. But sorry,
Little D and the 3 big Bs. Yeah. Tottenham top 4. Can we do it?
100%. I said prior to, was it before I got ill? I said I expect us with Conte there, Harry Kane there, Sonny there. We should be expecting. We were 8th, I think, 8th or 9th. We should be expecting to finish 4th. And I got shot down. Well, we've got world class. We've got the best striker in the world.
Yeah,
we've got the 4th best manager one of the best managers in the world. We've got good players. Once it clicks, we will be out there challenging. Unfortunately, we've had a few hiccups. Fortunately, I was in a coma when we had a few of those hiccups, so I missed them all, the majority of them. But I expect us. I'd be very, very disappointed. I'd be gutted if we didn't finish 4th. I honestly will be. I know Arsenal are favourites, and the fixtures look favourable-ish for the scum, but I'd be absolutely gutted because we've got momentum now. I think the internationals are so ill-timed. I don't understand it, but I expect us to finish 4th. That's not me being OTT or blindsided by my love of Spurs. I look at it. I look at the squad. I look at the way we're playing. Look at the manager. I look at the fact we are beating teams clearly, rather than the odd 1-0 here and hanging on. We are well beaten teams. We're keeping possession better. Sonny and Kane. We've got a good midfield partnership. Dyer is playing well. Romero seems to be bringing the best out of him. Davis is doing what Davis does. He's steady. He's a steady Eddie. Yeah. Wing backs, of course, we've got the issue there, but Doherty has one good game in every 3, which at this moment is working. And Reguilon, if he could finish, should be absolutely brilliant. So, and of course, Decky has been a revelation. The only thing that's going to prevent us is injuries and inconsistency. The fact we've got a run, Brian, of 5 wins in 7, we need to continue that. And like I say, I'd be absolutely gutted. I expect us to finish 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone on here tonight, and Brian, I say we can finish top 3. I think if Chelsea explode, I just can't see it. I can see it. I can see Chelsea and Arsenal haven't got the easiest of run-ins. We've only got Liverpool away, and then we've got the scum. I think we'll beat Arsenal. That's a given because we're always going to beat Arsenal. And Liverpool, I think we can get a point. I honestly do. And I think Conte is the type of manager, he would demand that we now get top 4 as a minimum.
Yeah.
He would demand.
Of course he's going to demand it. And I'm like Bob. When we got Conte in, when we got him in, I was like, right, 4th. 4th you've got the manager, you've got the players, or a wedge of players that are there that could do the job. But there's been too many inconsistencies. There's been too many opportunities squandered, and I think it's just come too late. Don't get me wrong. We get fourth. It's a phenomenal achievement. If we'd had Conte at the beginning of the season, I'd have been right top 4 guarantee. Guarantee.
Challenging.
Not even challenging, Bob. If we'd had Conte at the beginning, I would have said top 4 as assurance.
No, challenging for the top, mate. I reckon.
Yeah. But like I said, I think this season we're going to miss out just because of the win-loss. Yes, we got 2 players in the January. If Romero hadn't been out for 3 months, things may have been very, very different. Things haven't been on our side, and I think it's just too little, too late. But if Conte is on the touchline for the first game of the season, top 4 is the minimum Spurs fans can expect. Minimum, because that he will have a full season, a full pre-season. He will hopefully, if he's there, means he's been back and got the players that he wants. I think it's just if we're beaten at Burnley and at Southampton, forget Wolves. If we just got 2 wins out of those, then you're talking. Yeah, it's on. I just think, and you got to remember, when we play these lower league teams that are fighting for their lives, they will be fighting. And it's
we haven't got anyone. Everyone we're playing are comfortable. There's not. I think not Norwich are long gone. Burnley,
long gone.
Yeah.
Finally,
I mean, a lot of people are writing off the Liverpool game. A lot of people saying, "Oh, that's one we're going to lose." We always give Liverpool a game, especially at Anfield, and it's always a Toby own goal or a Lloris fuck up or a last minute.
But that's it, Bob. It keeps happening. That's the thing, Bob. It keeps happening. We've got, like you said, like you saw when we went to Chelsea, it's amazing how as you know, we've got something on Manchester City. They just can't play against us. That's like we have our hoodoo against Chelsea. There's just something. What's up, Jackie boy?
Hey, Jack.
Pick up Jack, my brother.
Read the rest. Move that thing, man. Can you turn it sideways or something? Yeah. I was going to say something earlier. But...
No, it's exactly what it is, mate. Yeah. Jack, well, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not. If only, brother. But getting back to it, Man City, we've got a number on. Liverpool, I think it's 3 wins in the league in like 94 odd years, which is something ridiculous. And it seems to be that mental block. Like, I remember that game we should have won is when Victor Wanyama scored one of the best goals I've ever seen. Yeah. And then Harry Kane missed a penalty, but then scored one. To get his 100th, I think it was his 100th Premier League, whatever it was at the time. And I wouldn't say write it off. It is a bad ground for us. And thankfully, what the West Ham game did show me is, if you remember that season with Leicester where we came third in a 2-horse race, we were always going last. And we had a Toby, a Jan, a Dembele, a Kane that saw those games through, the mentality going through that team. And you could see it happening. And we always won, even though we were going second, until it got to Battle of the Bridge and West Brom. This time, apart from West Ham, when it's been on us, we've just fallen short of it. And this isn't, mate. I'd love us to finish fourth. I'd absolutely love us to finish fourth. I just think the scenario we're in now is just too little, too late. But can I see it happening? Maybe. Do I think it will? No.
And we've got Eugene joining us for the last bit of the show. Eugene, thank you for joining us. Can we get top 4?
Hi, Eugene.
Hi, Bobby. Bobby, hi, Bobby, and hi, Bobby, and hi, Bobby, and hi, Bobby. Hi, guys. Now, I just got back from work. Just finished my curry fish head noodles. Right. So listening to you guys chat. Yeah, top 4. Mathematically, we can get top 3. Right, but our inconsistent, whatever we have, right? So, like every Spurs fan, we always have the expectation there. With Conte there now, of course we hope we get top 4, right? With the display that we showed against West Ham, even though I felt like West Ham were a bit leggy during that game, but we still had to beat them, and we did, right? Even whatever happens after now, after the international break, like during my show on Spurs Vision, we're saying we always get broken during the national break. Let's hope it doesn't happen this time, because most of the players that are going out are quite comfortable, right? Like Argentina's already qualified, Sonny's already qualified, right, for South Korea. The only thing is like hopefully Benny, right, because Uruguay is in a fight, right, to qualify. So
and they play tonight, don't they, Eugene? Uruguay and Peru actually play tonight. It's like their playoff tonight, actually.
Yeah. So let's hope we don't come back with many injuries. But don't forget, Kane is going for the Rooney's record, international goals. Right. So let's hope Xhaka doesn't do him in or something like that. So maybe Arteta has got a message for Xhaka, right? yeah. So I don't know. So let's hope everything turns out well for us. And then when the boys come back and we can go on our run, right, Brian?
Ellie just said it. Ellie just said it. 9 wins in a row, right there.
That's it.
9 W's straight out. That's it. 10 losses for Arsenal, and that's it. Christmas is going to be wonderful this year.
I just want to say very quickly, with Jack here, big up, Jack. Loved your show last night.
Big up, Jack. Eugene,
absolutely brilliant.
Jack. Oh, I think he means the other Bob.
No, the 3 beautiful Bobs in the house. We've got Bobby, we've got Brian, who I'm going to adopt as Bob as well, and Brian, Bob, Daigle, and then we've got the man himself, Mr. Bob Spur. But big up, Jack. That was a great stream last night. Really enjoyed it. So please, everyone, get over to my mothership, the Irish Hotspur, where I came from. They sprung from We Are Tottenham TV. I sprung from there. So I've always got a great time for David and Jack, because they started me on my Spurs journey and they gave me the confidence to do it. And then everyone, like Bob as well, was there at the beginning. And
that's
Brian,
what's great about this community, Dermot. Everybody supports each other and everybody lifts each other up, and that's the way it should be. Even all this nonsense that's been going on behind the scenes that I'm thankfully not party to at all. Let's just all come to give our opinions and respect each other's opinion. Nothing wrong with having something that you're not allowed. Where is it written that we're not allowed to disagree? Me and Daigle disagree. Doesn't mean that we're at each other's throats or anything like that. But we just have an opinion. That's what the whole point of these shows is. That's my understanding. So, hey, Kuba, what's up, Kuba?
Kuba, my brother, he says, "Big up, Derry, mate." Yeah, I've actually changed Dermot into the Irish, how Dermot is pronounced in Ireland.
Big up, Kuba.
Dermot. So that's how it's pronounced. But Kuba is my fellow co-host on here. He's a founding member of TDG. He's a top bloke. And he says, big up Derry, mate, Eugene, and the 3 Bs. B Spur, BK, and BTOT. Great to see Bob Spur back on the screen where he should be. Let's finish this horrible last few months with a top 4, shall we? Kuva, I could not agree with you more. Absolutely spot on, sir.
Well, I've got to just remind everybody of the bet that was posted at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I think you need to actually.
Top 4 finish guarantees that Mr. Dermot will have to go and get a Tottenham on tour tattoo.
Yep.
But top 3 means that lovely golden emblem of Tottenham Tantrum Gold will be going on Mr. Daigle. So it's going to be a hell of an ending to the season regardless. Wait a minute. But what happens if we finish 5th? Do you both have to get each other's tattoos?
No.
We just shake hands and say, well done. We finished 5th and we continue on to next season.
Guys, the tattoo king again.
I'm staying out of this one, Eugene. I've got enough tattoos. I'm done.
We've got Jack here. It says, beautifully said.
Needles, so I'm not into tattoos.
We've got Catman Jess. Big up, Kuva. Missing you on here. Hope you're doing good, big guy. Can't wait to see you back on. Can't wait to have you back on as well.
Kuva. I've been missing Kuva. I've got to have a conversation with him. I haven't spoken to him. He's such a Kuva is one of the nicest blokes you could ever meet or come across. A phenomenal dude who I've got all the time in the world for. So I need to reach out to him. So big up, Kuva, and I hope you and your family are good.
Yeah, it's that. And Kuva also said, if we ever win the league, Brian Daigle's going to read like War and Peace. Oh, that would be funny.
That would be good.
Eugene, very quickly, today Jermaine Defoe announced his retirement. Any quick words on Jermaine Defoe?
To tell the truth, right, Jermaine Defoe brought a lot of happiness for me because during my time when I was being a Spurs fan, especially when he scored all those goals. I remember he scored 4 in one game. And we never had 5 in one game. Yeah, 5 in one game.
Was that against Wigan?
Yep.
Yeah, 5 in one game. And we have not seen a Spurs player do that. Yeah. But did Son score 5 one time?
Did who?
Was it 4? Son scored 4. 4.
Yeah. 4 against Southampton.
I think he was the first player to do that. I think since Jimmy Greaves scored 5 in the game, if my history is correct. Yeah. When Jermaine Defoe got 5 in one game, I think he was the first one to do it since Jimmy Greaves. So I might be wrong on that, but I think that's correct.
Yeah. So big up to Jermaine Defoe, right? Hope he has his wonderful life ahead of him, right? And I hope he gets involved in football again. Maybe he'll be a Spurs striker trainer or something, giving tips to the young kids and all that, and maybe helping out the future strikers for Spurs, right? He's one of the wonderful players. He did come. He did leave and come back, right? Or
he did.
Yeah, he did leave and come back. Right?
He went to Portsmouth under Harry, I think, wasn't he? Did he go under Harry?
Yep.
And then he came back when Harry was in charge of us, I think. Was that right, Brian?
Correct.
We've got Kuva here. I have taken JD back on loan until the end of the season, purely for love and nostalgia, if nothing else. Yeah, I agree with you, Kuva.
I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Listen, if he had come back and he had scored a goal at the new stadium, the whole place would have gone absolutely batshit crazy. It would have. It would have done, but.
It's little Brian, Scott. Little Brian.
Yeah, so just so people know. But yeah, the place would have gone. It's been. These things are helping me give up smoking. Literally, in the last month and a half, I think I've had about 5 cigarettes, and I normally smoke between 12 and 20 a day. So these things are really, really helping me. But yeah, Jermaine Defoe is. I went to a load of his games in both stints at Spurs, and he has scored some incredible goals, some tap-ins, but you can never doubt his love for the club. He still speaks about it as his club, and we all say that to make a good football club, you need football people there, and you need people that have got Tottenham in their blood, and we can't miss an opportunity to try and get him involved in the club, whether it be an ambassadorial role with Dawson and King, or if it's on a coaching capacity, if that's the avenue he wants to go down. Obviously, I think he'll do quite a lot of media work with Sky or BT, but I think we have to start getting some Spurs people into the club, and he will be one that, just for his charity work and everything he stands for, he's an ambassador of this club, and he has to come back.
He has to get the green light from Levy, though.
Oh yeah. Why do you just ruin it? Yeah, I mean, you can't. When a player just I would be on the phone to him now saying, "Listen, I know you're retired. Enjoy your time. Just let you know you got a job here whenever you want to come in." Like what we did with Mason. The Spurs did a wonderful thing when Mason's career was over. It was like, right, you've got a job here regardless. And now obviously he's working very closely with Conte. I think Jermaine Defoe is a player you have to try and get back at the club in some ways.
That's true.
Yeah, it's very true. Right, we're going to wrap this up, but I'm going to go around everyone, but I'm going to give the first word to the legend and to the god that is Mr. Bob Spur TV. Bob, you're back on Saturday. Go on, give it a massive plug because we'll all be there watching you.
Yeah, so I come back with in the wall. I've still not done the whole yo. This is. I'm going to wait till I do that on Saturday. It's going to be, it's going to be emotional. I'm going to make a little statement, pre-recorded statement before the show starts, because if I do it live, I'm going to be all over the place. But looking forward to it. Obviously, got the usual suspects on the first stream: Brian, Danny, Iggy, Stel, Will, and Cody. And then I'm going to put a link out, and hopefully people come on and for 5-10 minutes and say what they want to do. We'll be speaking Spurs, of course, but it's going to be a free for all, really. Just Just the fact that a few weeks ago, I never thought I'd be sat here talking to you guys, to be in a position to put out an In the Wall show again. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It is literally unbelievable. So yeah, but again, can't stress NHS. Appreciate what we've got. Really appreciate what we've got.
Yeah, well said, Brian. Well said. Eugene, do you want to give your channel a bit of a plug?
Spurserian TV on YouTube. I might be doing a show on Sunday, or might not be doing a show on Sunday since it's the international break, right? But of course, all you guys, please go to Bob Spurs TV and give him a smash, subscribe, smash the like, and of course on Saturday, Bobby, if I can wake up, I'll join you. Remember, my timing is real way out there.
Well, we might as well get ready now for it, because we're going to have some weird times for everybody when this World Cup starts, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
but
true.
World Cup starting for me is, I guess, it's quite not that bad, right? For in Asia, right? Because Middle East and Asia is not that far away. So, but let's see how that happens. Still, the World Cup is the World Cup, but of course, how you say, of course, I still want England to win, right? Malaysia is never ever going to be in the World Cup, right? That's a pipe dream for me, right? Malaysia win the World Cup, unless some kind of Southeast Asian, get together.
I was going to say, if Qatar can make it, you can.
Yeah. We don't. No. Our government will steal the money from the people, but they won't buy the World Cup. That's all. They won't buy the World Cup.
I'm just speaking for the FAI over here. How do we get into a World Cup? Who do we need to give money to? No, so we can just come and join your party.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, you have about 100, 200 confederation members and all that. You just have to buy all of them out.
Oh,
right?
okay, fine. Yeah, we won't do that. We're too stingy in this country to do that.
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
thanks you. Tottenham on tour. You're taking over We Are Tottenham TV. Go and give it a massive plug, sir.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, we've documented it on all our socials. Ben's going away on his stag do. So we've been given the honour of taking over We Are Tottenham TV for the next few days, which is a big honour for us. We're starting today at 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is 8 p.m. UK time. It is going to be a show about really deep diving into the top four race between us, the Filth and United, who's going to get it. But obviously the Jermaine Defoe news is breaking, so we will be discussing that in detail as well. We're doing a good evening Tottenham tomorrow rather than a good morning Tottenham, where we'll have people calling in. I think we'll have people coming in tonight as well. But most importantly, like Eugene said, and like I've been saying since Super has been getting back together and getting back to where he is, subscribe to Tottenham on Tour. Don't subscribe. I'd love you to, but the most important thing you do is go to this man down here, my best mate, my Superman, and make sure you watch the return of one of the best shows on YouTube for the Tottenham community. It's an honour to be a part of that show. I was always a regular on it anyway, but this show is going to be a very, very special show for all the known reasons. Just seeing him on camera 2 days in a row just shows the progress and his confidence and everything getting back to normal. As he said before, I mean, me, Kim and Tammy know at very close quarters how close it was to never seeing him on screen, off screen, or hearing his voice again. So to see him and to be able to speak to him as often as I do now is the biggest blessing. Like I've said it before, he sent me a picture. I think he was sitting right there when he got home with Kim. It is the greatest picture I've ever seen in my life. And that's including pictures of my nieces and my nephews when they were first born. Because that's how important this man is to me. That's how close we were talking.
You'll fucking hate him forever, Brian.
Mate, I'll tell you what, mate. You're lucky. But everyone knows how important this man is to our community. And everyone knows how important this man is to me. So most importantly, Tottenham on Tour, if you haven't subscribed. But most importantly, Bob Spur TV is where you need to be subscribing and where you need to be at 10:30 UK time, Bob?
10:30 p.m. GMT, Bob Spur TV, yeah.
Which is the last day that it will be 4 hours difference for us because the clocks will go forward and it'll be back to 5, so 6:30 Eastern. And yeah, I just can't wait to be a part of that show.
I had to do it that time. I had to revolve it around Bobby K's kids. football.
I was just going to say that. So God bless you. God bless you, buddy.
And Bobby K, where can people find you, sir?
Oh, you know me. I'm still streaming horror. I'm still jumping channel to channel, surfing. But Dermot keeps pulling me back into this one, so I think this is the place to find me here and there for now. And whenever Mr. Daigle lets me come on there, and I could squeeze in. Eugene seems to have a full house all the time lately, so can't get in there. But I'm just still bouncing around. I love my ability to kind of float in and out of channels because, like I said, this community is just so amazing, and everybody has welcomed me into their channels. I've met so many wonderful people and stuff. But
you better be there Saturday. You better be there Saturday.
I will be there Saturday. I'll be in the queue, sir. Don't worry. We're gonna the last game will end our time. It's 5:30 to 6:30 exactly. So we're gonna put everything on the phone, have it on the car drive, so that by the time you put the link up, I can at least jump into the queue and hopefully get in. But one thing I just saw Ellie posted up there that I didn't know, Bobby Singh.
Yep.
Okay, duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hardcore Punjabi boy, mate.
So, okay. So you got two Bobby Singhs now.
That's it, man.
But no, Bob, I wish you the very best with your return. I know how amped up people are, and I know what an inspiration you've been to many, many people. And those points you made about the NHS and the appreciation they deserve. You know, you're a very well-spoken guy. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what you bring and how you reunite this community, and hopefully everybody drops their nonsense that's been going on, whatever it's about. I don't want to get into it. It's not my business, but hopefully everybody can remember why we're here and get behind this man and show the love we're supposed to show for each other in this community and for our Spurs. You know, that's what this is all about. We're allowed to disagree. We are a family. Families fight, but at the end of the day, they stay family. So let's just stay together. Let's stay united. Come on, you Spurs, in 2 weeks.
That's it. And I want to thank...
But for now, sorry, I'm just going to say, come on, you Bob Spur. There you go.
That's it. I want to thank everyone who's watched this morning, but I want to thank Bob Spur for coming on. Everyone, please.
Too much love, man. Too much love. I'm going to have to stop coming on.
No such thing.
Get over to that man's channel. Let's make it the most watched YouTube channel in history. He deserves it. And it's just an honor to have him on my little channel. It really means a lot to me to have him on. It means a lot to have Brian on, Eugene on, to be surrounded by legends. It's mind-boggling. I never thought 2 years ago I'd be doing this. I never thought a year ago I would have friends and brothers like I have.
You're yourself, Dermot. You're first thing, one thing I ever told you, mate. You got to be yourself, because if you're fake, it shines through straight away. Yeah. I swear, every single sentence I say has got a swear word in it, but that's just me. Being from the sales background, if I stop doing that, that's not me, and it shines through. Yeah. So the only one thing I'll always say to anyone who wants to come on YouTube: be yourself. Don't try and be Don't try to emulate someone or copy someone. Be yourself, because a slight flickering of you being fake just shines through on.
That's why right from the beginning I admit I don't know shit, so I can't be fake.
Yeah, and I'm lazy like shit.
I talk a lot most of the time. So there you go.
That's why we get along. We talk a lot.
Probably is. But I want to thank everyone who's come on this morning. Please, everyone, get over to Bob Spurs channel Saturday 10:30. Everyone, please get over to Brian's Tottenham on Tour as well, and also Eugene's channel as well. God bless everyone. Thank you all for joining us this morning. And go on, Brian. Do you want to take us out?
And as always.
And as always.
Big up the NHS.
Big up NHS.
Big up the NHS.
But as always, Levy out.
Levy out.
You'll never beat the Irish.
Or the Punjabis.
And as always, Levy out.
for your snack? Yeah. 1 minute to just say bye to everybody here. No, come on. What, 2 and a half hours we've been doing this. It feels like 5 minutes. It's fun.